I was vibing to
Well,
that.
hey, yes, as you should. Well, hey guys, it's Kevin, and
Hey, it's Allie.
yes, and we of course are here on both channels. Once again, we have my main channel, but we also have our podcast channel. And this is going to be something that I've been wanting to do for a little bit now. I kind of talked about this a little bit in my like end of the year 2023 video and things like that. But I basically said that, like, last year was not the greatest in terms of YouTube for me. I wasn't great with like keeping up with stuff, and I just didn't really do a great job of I just didn't do the greatest job of staying consistent. And so I figured out, what better way to start off the year and stay consistent than just do a Q&A video. I used to do this a lot more, especially back in like 2018, 2019. Hell, even before, like when COVID started and things like that, I was doing it then. I don't think I've done one since 2022. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to start off the new year doing that. And yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. I have Allie here once again because it was really fun getting to do the one in 2022, and I wanted her to be here. That's why this is also on our podcast channel. So, you can
It'll be
ask us
fun.
questions on both. And, those will just go like as long as we wanted to. I don't know how long this will go. I don't know how many people are going to send us questions. I know that people are maybe still at work and things like that. Hello, Josh. Always excited to
Dang.
have you. But yes, we will. Like I said, we'll just kind of answer whatever you guys want, whatever's on your mind. Yeah. But before we get started, Allie, how's 2024 looking for you so far?
I mean, so far it's been really good, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm working a lot. I went to a
Same.
Taylor Swift trivia night. I had my work
Not
party.
same, but that's always great.
Which one?
I said not same, but that's always great.
Yeah, my work party as well, and going to movies.
Yeah,
So far my letterbox I've actually gotten quite a few movies this month so far.
love
13.
that.
Like I have 13 reviews so far, and I've
Being
seen
consistent on Letterbox. What is that?
and so far I've seen 3 movies in theater, which were Aquaman, um, Mean Girls, and Night Swim.
Wait, so we don't just like take like 3 months off of Letterbox because we're just like overwhelmed with shit. That doesn't
Oh,
happen.
it's okay. You're getting close to being caught up.
I am.
So
I only
I've also been very consistent with this 2024 planner.
yes, I also got a planner. I don't know how, it just kind of arrived, but I kind
Well,
of got a planner. So I need to put more effort into
oh
that.
yeah, and also
So.
continue what you were saying before I mentioned the planner.
Oh, I don't remember what I was saying.
It was about like letterbox and stuff.
Oh, I said that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get caught up probably today. We'll see if I actually do. But yeah, I only have a few more reviews to write, and then hopefully we can just kind of go from there. And I feel like this is a good time to do this Q&A because like we have the Oscar nominations tomorrow. The year's starting up. You can talk to us about like anticipated movies and things like that. Again, really whatever you guys want to ask us, we are more than happy to go ahead and ask, whether it's about this channel, whether it's about our podcast channel. We're pretty much down for anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we could start off just like giving our Oscar predictions for tomorrow,
I'm
like
so excited.
what we expect to be nominated and things like that. I guess we could kind of just start there and
And yes,
just kind of
we are going live very early to do this. We are going to set our
yes,
alarms.
we're not bullshitting this time. We're actually gonna do it. It's gonna happen.
It's going to be fun.
Yes, it is gonna be fun. I'm
Well, we
excited.
can always go back to sleep because it's early, especially for me.
Yeah, definitely. I hope we're able to because
It's 5 a.m. for me.
I know. I used to do it with a friend who I don't talk to anymore, but like we used to do it back in I think we did one in like we did one for like 3 years
Yeah.
straight, and it was a lot of fun to do. It's a good way of like if you don't have time to do like a video talking about the nominations, it's a
Yeah.
really good way to kind of use that as a way to do it, to just kind of give your first impressions, rattle off how you're feeling. So yeah, I'm
Mhm.
excited, and I hope we're able to do it this time, because we tried to last year and it didn't work out. We didn't wake up in time.
I
So
know. We need to make sure, like, they're at 8:30 this time, right?
I think, yeah, you can
Okay,
check, but
yeah. We should definitely wake up at least 15, 20 minutes prior.
yeah, that's probably a good idea. That's definitely something we should
Both
probably
of
try
us,
to do.
we should both set our alarms.
Yeah, let's actually try to like do that.
Hello.
Hi, Terrell. Great, you're here because he's gonna ask us questions. He's good at asking questions, so
Perfect.
good. So um, all right. So I'll just start off with my predictions. By the way, I do want to plug something. I know they're not at all looking for money, but if you guys like predicting the Oscars, everyone needs to get the awards expert app. It's from the
Oh,
Oscar
yeah.
Expert. If you guys watch that channel, it's basically like a way to um, just kind of give your predictions. You can do it publicly. And from what I've heard, the way it's going to work is when the Oscar nominations are tomorrow, it almost works like a bracket where it's like there's like updates and things like that. It tells you how well you're doing, what like your percentage is. Like I really like it a lot. I've been using it not as consistently as I should be, admittedly, but I am using it to predict the nomination. So I'm gonna get started. Do you want to
Perfect.
start or I'll start?
You can start if you'd like. I'm also just I realized I didn't make an account for
Oh,
my app, so I'm doing that right now. I'm
wow,
just
how
signing in.
dare you.
I'm just signing in with my Apple ID.
Wow. Apologize to the Oscar expert and brother bro.
I know. How dare
Um
I?
But yeah, all right. So I'll just get started. So I guess we'll just go with best picture. We'll just go from there. But yeah, so I mean, I feel like best picture, there's some that are obvious, but then there's some that are not. The ones that are obvious in terms of like these are the ones that are absolutely getting nominated, no question about it. We don't even need to question it necessarily. These are the first few that are absolutely getting nominated. We will answer your question a little bit, Terrell. I'm just doing this first. But Oppenheimer obviously will get nominated. Killers of the Flower Moon obviously will get nominated. Poor Things and Barbie and The Holdovers, I think, are the ones that are like for sures. But then there's the 6 through 10, and that's where things get a little uncertain, where it's like there's some that people thought were going to be in there that maybe won't, like A Color Purple, for example. People are really confident that was going to be in there. I don't think that's getting nominated anymore. It's been not performing and it's been not showing up in the way people expected it to. So I really am not sure if The Color Purple will actually get nominated. So what I think is that instead of Color Purple, it's going to be Past Lives. I have Maestro, American Fiction, and then the last two I have Anatomy of a Fall. I do think that will show up, and especially with the love it's been getting, particularly at the BAFTAs, I think you got to put Zone of Interest in there. I know it's definitely a film that like might not be the most audience friendly, just because of like the subject matter, but I think with all the hype it's been getting, and I'm gonna see it finally next week. I'm really excited. Well, I don't want to say I'm excited because it's a really fucking like it's a really dark film, but I'm very interested. I'm very much looking
Yeah.
forward to it. But I do think you have to put Zone of Interest in there. Outside shots for me, ones that I think are probably like could get in there, and I'd be surprised if they did though at this point. Saltburn, I just don't think has the traction that people think that it does. I don't think it's
Yeah.
getting a Best Picture nomination. If it did,
We'll
cool.
see.
I wouldn't be against it. I just don't think it's going to happen. Um, Iron Claw is not happening. Unfortunately, it's not happening. It has not shown up at anything. It hasn't gotten any nominations anywhere. If it has, it's been like very small stuff. So I don't think Iron Claw is getting nominated. Origin, no, not after what Ava DuVernay said. No, that's not getting nominated. Um, No, I wouldn't say Iron Claw is Oscar bait at all. Boys in the Boat, yes, very much the definition of Oscar bait. Iron Claw is not Oscar bait because it's actually trying to tell like a very important story, and I don't think it's a film that like let's just try to give people Oscars. I think The Boys in the Boat, along with most George Clooney movies, are very much Oscar bait in that way, where it's like, all right, let's tell this heartfelt story. Let's, make it very conventional. Because to me, Oscar bait means it's very conventional. It's not really taking any risks. It's not really doing anything exciting. Iron Claw is very much taking a lot of risks because it's telling a very dark and depressing story, and it's trying to do it in a very raw and in a very raw and uncomfortable manner. Boys in the Boat, I haven't seen it obviously, but just from what I've heard from people that have seen it, seems like a very safe movie. So I would say that's probably more the Oscar Beatty film. And then the only going back to what I was saying, the only other film that I think has an outside shot, but unfortunately I just don't think is there anymore, is May December. I think if you were talking to me in November or let's say the beginning of the beginning of December, then I could have said yes. I think May December will absolutely be in there. But especially with Charles Melton getting snubbed a lot lately, I don't think it's getting a Best Picture nomination. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that that movie has the I don't think that movie has had the pulse that people thought it would, and I think that's a problem. So yeah, that's really where I'm at with that one. But what do you think? What are your 10 predictions for Best Picture?
Well, first of all, I went and followed a bunch of people in my recommended.
Okay,
I mean, obviously, Killers of Flower Moon is obvious. It's literally I'm watching it in the middle of watching it right now.
as you
I
should.
I only watched the first 45 minutes so far.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, Barbie, Oppenheimer are obvious. Like
Yeah. Oh
Barbenheimer
yeah.
was the big thing of last year.
Yeah.
So those three. I assume Poor Things, which I still have to
Yeah. Oh
watch.
yeah. Oh yeah. Poor
I'll
things
also
will
watch
definitely be
that
in there.
one, which I'm very excited to watch. So that's
Yes.
four, right?
Yeah.
Past Lives, probably.
Yeah.
That's a great one. That's such a beautiful film too.
Oh yeah,
Um,
fantastic. I'm very happy that one has caught on because that was easily a film
oh,
that could have, I think, dropped, and I'm glad that it's like caught on. So
yes. And then Anatomy of Fall, probably, which I still have to watch. I have it in my
yeah.
rentals. Um, and then there's that six.
Are you not looking on the app?
No, I need to. Oh, oh, good. I can follow you. There. Okay. Okay, yeah, Holdovers definitely is gonna be another one,
Yeah.
which I have not seen yet. I need
Like
to. I need
only
that's
it's like one of the only Christmas movies I'll watch anytime. Because it's just like it's literally like everyone says it. It's literally the definition of a warm hug. Like if you just want to watch like a really sweet, wholesome film that's also really funny, watch The Holdovers. It's like
I'm
perfect for that.
I am very excited to watch that one, and that was 7, right? For
Yeah, that
me?
was 7, so you need 3 more.
Alright, hmm, let's see. I assume this, uh, maybe Maestro or Zone of Interest?
Yeah, those will probably be in there.
So that's 7 that's, like, 8 and 9,
Yeah, then you need 1 more.
and then maybe Napoleon?
No, definitely not
Oh,
Napoleon.
wait,
I
no,
don't think so.
not Napoleon,
I don't think so. Maybe, but it'd be a surprise
I mean,
though.
I could see oh, wait, May December, I could see that one.
Okay, okay. I think personally, I would have said May December. Again, I just think that like,
What
and
was it?
you still could be right. Like that's the thing. May December, we could just be naive. Like this happens every year where it's like we think a film is out and then it's not, and it's like, oh, okay, that film might actually have more of a shot. So you might
Yeah,
actually be right about May December. I just feel like
it was
based
yeah,
on what we've been seeing lately at like the BAFTAs, at like the SAGs.
yeah,
I just
let's
think that
see.
film's going to underperform, and by underperform, I
Mhm.
mean I don't think it's getting jack shit. That's where I think we're at this point. I don't even think Charles
Let's
Melton's getting
see.
nominated. I don't think he is because he's not
Yeah,
showing up where he needs to show up. So I don't know.
yeah,
We'll see.
um
I
yeah,
think.
we will see, that's a great film, like, it's such a tough watch, but
Oh yeah. I think American Fiction has the better shot of getting in 10 just because Jeffrey Wright is getting nominated for Best Actor, but we'll see. We'll have to see with that one.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, hey, Janaea.
Hi, Janaea. All
Always
right, so
always great always great having you on.
I'm gonna answer some of Terrell. Oh, let's start with this one because this is the first
Yeah.
question he asked.
Yes.
All right, so how do you feel about the major scripted network shows finally returning after the Hollywood strikes? I mean, it's great to see
Oh,
that
yeah.
the strikes are
Amazing.
over, and I will say the strikes were definitely, like, as much as the strikes did suck, it did help me with like catching up on stuff because there wasn't as much stuff I had to watch.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that everything's been resolved. I'm glad that people are getting paid in the way that they need to be and things like
Yes.
that. I'm glad that people are getting the recognition and all that stuff. That's what matters at the end of the day. Shows that are finally returning. Listen, I think we really need to be careful the way we say that because it's not going to be it's not going to be like, all these shows coming back in rapid succession. That's not how it's going to be. It's going to be a lot slower just because there's like every show was shut down. So it's going to take a while for some of these shows to come back. So I think we really should just be grateful for what we have that's coming back. Just because the fact that like they're able to make these shows now. They're able to get, they were able to get that deal and now they've had even more time to work on it. It's going to be even better. And I think in the age of streaming, I don't think we're going to see an instance where like shows decline because of the strike. I know that happened with a lot of shows with the last strike. I don't see that happening here because they have a lot more time to work on these shows. So,
Oh, yeah.
I think it's good that they're back. Like I said, some of them, admittedly, we're probably not going to see till like 2025 help. Some of them I think we might not see till 2026. But,
Yeah.
overall, I think it's really it's just great to see that everything, has resolved at least.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely great because, like, I'm glad everyone's getting paid better, and it's just it is good that we, like, obviously had that in some way so we can at least catch up on things, but, like but, yeah, I feel like a lot of things like The Last of Us and The Bear,
Yeah.
those things are gonna take time because those will probably
Hmm.
not be out until well, Last of Us won't be out till 2025,
Yeah.
um, The Bear either late this year or next year,
What's the bear? I only know the bear.
The Bear!
Okay.
Um, but
You
yeah,
gotta
I
you gotta
think
get your claws out like
The
you're a bear. Like
Bear.
you're like literally about to like attack like you're like the
I
cocaine
think
bear about to attack somebody.
I still have to watch that, and also, it gives me, like, the Iron Claw vibes. Clawing.
No, stop. Not the same. Okay, this is a very interesting question, I think. Do you think the 2024 will be the year Disney will bounce back big time after a string of flops and financial issues? The answer is I have no fucking idea. That's my genuine answer because with the way things went in 2023, it's impossible to predict what's going to do well at the box office. Like it's literally impossible. The movies that everyone thought were going to do really well, like say an Indiana Jones, like say Ant-Man, the Wasp, Quantumania, um, I think of something like say Mission Impossible, even the ones that should have been like surefire hits were not. They underperformed in a way that people were not expecting. Movies like The Flash underperformed so colossally bad in a way people weren't expecting. Now, as for Disney goes, yeah, I mean, they really do need some kind of win here. They need something that will turn them around. And the thing is, like, they don't have a lot on the release calendar right now. If you look at 2024 movies that they have coming out, there's not much. They have Inside Out. Obviously, yes, they have Deadpool 3. That's probably going to be really big. If it's not, then, oh my God, Marvel is doomed. Like, I don't know what to say at that point because this is like probably their most important film.
Yeah.
But considering that it's Deadpool, it's the first R-rated Marvel film, like there's a lot that's riding on that one. It's very much like this is like this is their shot of like doing well. Inside Out 2 should perform well, but again, let's look at Lightyear. People thought Lightyear was going to do really well, and it didn't. So I honestly don't know. I would love to say yes. I think Deadpool 3 will be a hit. But I mean, I don't know how
Oh
like
yeah,
Mufasa the
Deadpool.
Lion. I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
like
think I'm very excited for Deadpool 3. I think that one's gonna do really well.
I mean, we'll see. I mean,
Hopefully.
I would think it would. But I don't know how like Mufasa the Lion King's gonna do. I don't know how the new Alien movie's gonna do. These Pixar re-releases, at least in terms of Soul, are not doing what they wanted them to do. They're not performing in the way they wanted them to. And I think it's because again, people just don't care to see them because they watch them on Disney Plus and they don't really want to see them again at the theater, which again just speaks to the fact they should have been in the theater in the first place. But that's a whole other different discussion. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think besides Deadpool 3 and Inside Out 2, which should be hits for them, I have no idea how everything else is going to do. So
We
it's
shall see.
impossible to predict. Like, I think it's going to be yet another year where, I mean, already this year, I mean, who expected anyone but you to be the hit that it was? Who
I was
expected that?
so happy about that. Oh my
Like
god.
nobody, like, yeah, I'm happy too, but like who expected that? So like that's what I'm trying to say. Like I generally have no idea what is going to do well and what isn't. So it's just really hard to answer that question. But what do you think?
Yeah, like I'm like in the same boat as you. Like it's really hard
Yeah.
to predict because
Yeah.
honestly you never know, especially with the strike that when that was thing and like it's just really impossible to predict really because hopefully they all do well, but you never know.
Yeah, especially last year was this really weird. Like
It
things like
was.
something like say Wish. I mean, not a good movie,
I
but like
still haven't seen that one.
I would not have expected it to, yeah, you're the reason it underperformed. I would not have expected to underperform in the way that it did. Like it was their big 50th anniversary, like 100th anniversary celebration. Like that surprised me that it underperformed in the way. But I really do think a big reason for this is Disney has now trained everybody to just think that okay, we can just watch it in Disney Plus in a few months, and people are not going to the theater. They're not as eager to go to the theater when you give them that option of, well, you have 40 days and then it's going to be on VOD. Like people aren't as,
Mm,
as willing to do it. And I think that's a problem. I've said this from the beginning, and we're only seeing it continue to affect major releases that like people do wait. I've done it myself with certain movies. Like, okay, I'll just wait for VOD. That used to not be the case because we had 90 days and it was like we had like at least 3 months and then the movie came on VOD. Now it's literally like, you just wait a couple weeks and it's on VOD. Like it's insane the way that works. And it shouldn't work that way. It worked that way for a bit because of COVID, but they stuck to it. And now people have it's now trained audiences to skip out on movies, and because of that they're underperforming. So yeah, I mean there is a plethora of issues surrounding this topic. There's also the fact that like they don't market these films very well. They don't know how to do it in an appealing way. um a lot of the time people don't even know these movies are coming out because I mean the strike was a part of that because the actors couldn't promote it. Obviously that definitely did affect it, but I think it's more than that. I don't think that's the only reason. I think that was just one of several reasons as to why. So yeah, I have no idea. I mean Deadpool
yeah.
3 and Inside Out 2, like I said, those should be big hits, but the others I really don't know. We'll have to see.
Always you should always go to the theater. It's important.
I mean, yeah, you should, but
Hopefully.
again, I think it's more so people have just trained themselves not to, and I don't really blame them for that when you've given them now the option of just watching on Disney Plus.
Mhm.
So thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with how that video turned out. That was like never really done a video quite like that where it's like usually when I'm doing that, it's like I plan to like when I do something like that, I'm planning to make a catch up video. This was like these were all supposed to be individual reviews. They were supposed to be in what I watched, and I had them in the pipeline for so long. I was just kind of like, fuck it. Let's just release it as one video. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm glad with how it turned out. And you were in quite a bit of that video. So,
Yeah,
it was fun.
fun.
Um, I've seen the Mean Girls movie. You've also
Same.
seen the Mean Girls movie. I will reserve my full thoughts until my review, but I will say I have a lot of conflicting opinions on that film. I'm not really sure if that movie knows what it wants to be. But I'll just leave it there. I'll just leave it there. You'll wait for my review. I filmed it. I just need to put it out. I just need to edit it and shit. And yeah, but wasn't as much of a fan as I was hoping to be. That's what I will say. I was really hoping to love that film, and it really kind of missed the mark for me. But what you can give your thoughts?
I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but it was all, I mean, obviously it's not as good as the OG because I mean, that's like a movie I grew up with, so it's like part of my childhood and I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not as good as that. And I mean, I haven't seen the Broadway show yet, but I'm sure I'd love it, of course. Like um but yeah, I honestly didn't hate it. Like if you want to go to my letterbox, alleycat_xo, you can see my review there. But I couldn't give it higher than a B minus because it isn't exactly perfect. But I did enjoy it. I thought Renee Rapp and Ollie Carallo, they were amazing, and like some of the people were great. And I actually didn't mind Andrew Rice in that role. Like I thought, I mean, acting wise, she was good, but singing wise, I mean, it's definitely like not her kind of music because she isn't really a Broadway vocalist, but I didn't actually think she was that bad from what people have said.
Mhm.
Like maybe if she has some more practice with Broadway songs, she'll get even a stronger voice in that sense. But
I don't know about
I
that.
mean, maybe we'll see. We'll see. Um, but I didn't actually think she was that bad at all, in my opinion. And then I will say Christopher Briney was good, but he also was just kind of like a little underwritten because we didn't get much from him.
Yeah.
Um, but he was good for what he had. And then like obviously like the OG people, I like them obviously just because like for nostalgic purposes and things like that. But like overall, it was fun, but like it definitely had a lot of issues.
I mean, I'll just say, I just feel like if you are going to if you are going to include like people that are legitimately like very well trained with musical theater, you have to, and your lead is not, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Well,
not very high on Angourie. I've been pronouncing her name wrong. It's Angourie Rice
and
apparently.
Glory, right.
But yeah, I mean, I like her as an actress, but I don't think she was good for the role at all. Very much brings quite a bit of that movie down, especially in terms of her vocals, which just leave a lot to be desired. She's not a bad singer, but she cannot sing musical theater. She really just can't.
We just need some
So
practice, I think. But also for I'm trying to do my predictions on the app, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then May, December. What were the other ones I chose? Was it Zone of Interest and Maestro?
they should all come up.
Yeah, no, like which ones that I chose?
I don't know. Look
I
at them
think
and see.
yeah, I think it was Maestro and Zone of Interest that I mentioned when we were answering that question.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are the ones.
Yeah. All right. So thoughts on The Bear winning Emmys last week while Better Call Saul getting completely snubbed. Yeah, all right. So, I mean, we talked a little about this in our Emmys video. Yeah, it sucks that like Better Call Saul was not able to get the amount of awards that they wanted it to, just because like yes, it definitely does deserve it. But I just think it was really one of those instances where it was just always up against a show that was inherently more popular. And that's the thing that sucks is like it was always up against the show that was still really great, but was always going to get the award. And I think what worked out for Breaking Bad is that there just weren't as many shows out. And because of that, Breaking Bad was easily able to get the win, just because of the fact, like, I mean, it's literally one of the greatest shows ever, but also the fact that, like, it didn't have as stiff of competition. Better Call Saul did. And I think that's really where it struggled. I also think Better Call Saul was never able to get the audience that Breaking Bad was, and it sucks. I think a lot of people are going to watch, and this is why I can go on a whole rant about this later, but this is why we do not delete shows from streaming services and pretend they never
Mhm.
existed. This is easily one of those shows that I think that I do see people watching years from now and saying, "Oh my God, why did I sleep on this? Why did people not watch Better Call Saul. So I think that's really what it's about. I don't think it's that they just didn't like Better Call Saul. I think it's more so just people haven't really seen it. The people that needed to see it just weren't giving it the amount of love that it needed. So yeah, I mean, the Bear winning, very deserving. Love the Bear so much. I love Better Call Saul as well. But I really do think it's just one of those cases where there was just very stiff competition. It was really hard to give Better Call Saul the wins. But I will say Rhea Seehorn not winning is kind of crazy. I don't know how she didn't win because she was the only person nominated at the Emmys this last time, and she could have easily got it and she didn't. But it's fine. It's fine. We move on. It sucks, but hopefully one day people discover Better Call Saul and realize how amazing it was. So yeah.
That's a show I've never seen yet, but I need to try it out. Like obviously I'm very happy with the Bear winning their awards. I think they pretty much got every award that they were nominated for except for the one that was against Succession.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, obviously very deserving. But obviously this is for season 1, so it was just kind of funny that like Eben got it, even though he was great. It's just his season was more season 2.
Yeah, I think, and I do think they kind of forgot that like they were giving it out for season 1 because it did feel like these are the awards that they were going to get for season 2.
Are you excited for the Emmys later this year?
Well, here's the thing. The thing that is interesting about season 2, I don't know if you know this, is that Io's gonna be lead now. She's not supporting. So that's gonna maybe change things a little bit, but we'll see.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, as she should. It's like she's like the other lead other than Carmi.
Yeah, I mean she's basically a co-lead in season 2. So yeah.
It's like
that's kind of
like the main 3 are Jeremy Allen White, Iowa Debris, and Eben Moss-Bachrach.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, Janaea. I want to be excited for it. I really do, but I just don't know. Give me a sec. You can answer the question while I talk to my dad for.
I mean, I'm very excited, like for nostalgic purposes and everything, because I love Selena Gomez and David Henry, and just like another show I was like I loved growing up. So it's definitely like very nostalgic feeling, and I feel like it's going to be a very feel-good show. I hope it's good. But I am nervous for sure. Because obviously, it's pretty obvious that Selena is not going to be the main lead because she literally is in Only Murders. So and she's so busy. So that's with like her makeup line and everything. So she probably can't be the lead. But I mean, I hope it's good. I'll still watch, but yeah, I'm definitely nervous.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I really want to be excited for it. The plot, though, it just doesn't interest me. Like, it gives me the vibe of like, they're saying Justin's going to be the main character, but I feel like he's not. I feel like it's going to be this other wizard that reaches out to him, and it's going to be one of those shows where it's like, Justin's a main character, but he's a supporting character to new characters that we don't know. And that just doesn't interest me as much. I'm not really interested in seeing that. And I also feel like Alex not being there. I mean, the whole reason that show works is because of the dynamic between Alex and Justin, and you don't have Alex there. It's going to feel like, and we just rewatched this recently, The Wizard's Return, Alex versus Alex. The reason that doesn't work is because there's that gaping hole of Justin not being there. Justin not being there, it just feels off. And I feel like Alex not being there, it's going to be the same way. It just is going to feel off. Like, yeah, obviously would love to see like Teresa back and Jerry back as well. Get Harper in there. That would be great. But the plot itself, it just seems like the most like, let's just kind of find a way to usher in new talent, but still have it under the Wizards brand. So I don't know. I'm just really worried. I don't know if it's going to feel like the same show. It's not going to be like an iCarly where they're doing it for like a modern audience. What I'm really worried about, because I've seen this happen before, I'm worried this is going to be one of those shows where they're going to try to appeal it to like a younger demographic, but they're not going to be interested because they didn't grow up with these characters and things like that. What works so
Exactly.
well about iCarly is that it grew up with its audience. And I don't think Wizards is going to be the same way, because I'm sure this is going to be on
Yeah,
like Disney Channel and things like that. So I don't
probably.
know. Am I even going to be interested in watching it? I didn't watch Raven's Home for the same reason.
Yeah,
So
that show,
I don't
yeah,
know.
Raven's Home, I've only seen like bits, like 1 or 2 episodes or so. I just
Yeah.
never got that into it, but I mean, maybe I'll check it out more soon. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's one I've
Yeah.
never really been like that into.
I don't know. David Henry's like really passionate about it, and that's great, but I just don't know. I really don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll
So
see.
yeah, I mean this is crazy. DCU is over now. James Gunn is rebooting the franchise. I mean, I'm fine with this, to be honest. I think the biggest issue, and this ties into your next question for me with the DCU, is that they just tried to rush everything. They were so anxious to catch up to Marvel and do the same thing as Marvel, when I think what they really needed to do was their own thing. They were trying so hard to be like Marvel. Like, you had Batman v Superman when we hadn't even really met Batman yet. So why am I supposed to care that this iteration of Batman is going against Superman? And also, this is the second film in your franchise. Like, why am I supposed to care about that? Why are we getting Justice League when we haven't met Aquaman or Cyborg or The
True.
Flash? They were supposed to have their initial films. Why didn't we do that? Actually, I'm going to turn your attention to a really great video from Dan Murrell. If you guys watch him, he did a whole video about like how he would have ran DC, and it's really good because he talks about like the original slate that they were supposed to have, and how that entire slate just like kind of just like it just kind of like disappeared. And I think that he's now trying to it didn't end up working out, and because of that, things just always felt so jumbled. So I think DC was always in this position where it's like, even when things were working, they were just never going to be able to get back their audience, because they'd already like turned them off. Like when people saw Suicide Squad, or when people saw BVS, or they saw Justice League, not Justice League, Justice League. Um, they just weren't as interested, because it's like, okay, well, I've already gotten tricked, into seeing this movie that I hated. Why is this going to be any different? So even the great ones like the Suicide Squad or the first Shazam underperform because people aren't interested. So I think that's really the
Yeah.
biggest issue, is that I think they were interested. I think there was interest in Aquaman because people like Jason Momoa, and it was easy to
Mhm.
like gravitate towards him. But it's really hard to do that when you have existing characters that they haven't been interested in prior. So I think that really was the issue. It was they rushed everything, and then when they tried to finally like get things on track, people just weren't interested. So I think that's really the issue.
Yeah, definitely. Because there's they've been really like kind of just like ruining the DC franchise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
I mean, I will say even Aquaman, the newest one, was not that great. Like, if you wanna go look at my review, it's on Letterboxd.
Hmm.
Like I already said, my username earlier, alleycat_so, same as my Twitter.
Yes. Follow her
Um,
over there.
yes. It's also my serialized.
It's actually consistent on Letterbox.
Also, it is my wait, no, not it's not my Oscar. My Oscar expert one is Aly Kossan 13, like Instagram. That But yeah, Aquaman, the only thing really that interesting was like Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson. They were probably the only thing that was like really fascinating about the movie.
Mhm.
But yeah. So
Yeah, no, that stuff was good, but I think even with, I mean, Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom, I mean, there's so many DC films that like got retooled, got reshot, they had to take things out. So I think it's just a mess. And I think again, having someone like James Gunn come in who is so specific with what he does and always
Mhm.
has such a good vision for what he does is exactly what they need. And though, yes, it sucks that they have to basically recast everybody, I mean, they
Yeah.
were already in that position. Ben Affleck was never coming back. He hated being Batman. He said it before. It made him very depressed, and he wasn't a fan of it. So, like, that
Mhm.
was pretty much an impossible scenario. Henry Cavill, I think, would have come back, but he's moved on to like better and bigger things. So I feel like that's what's happening there. Ray Fisher, I mean, do I even need to get into that? He was obviously never coming back because of how Joss Whedon treated him. That was never fucking happening. And I mean, we don't even need to talk about the Flash. I think that one's obvious. We don't need to talk about that. But Jason Momoa is the only one that I think they could get back. That's the only one that I think maybe you don't have to recast him, because I think he would still be down to play Aquaman. But I mean, Gal Gadot, watch the latest Shazam. She seems over that character. Like, she
I still need
seems
to watch that
so
one.
over it. So yeah, I think just in general, having James Gunn there to now helm the franchise and kind of be the person that is now in charge of everything, is definitely the right move. So yeah, it kind of sucks that they have to start from scratch, but I'm interested to see how Superman Legacy is going to be, and I really like who they have cast. I think Darren Corin Sweat has like proved himself to be a really good actor and stuff. And then Rachel Brosnahan, I mean, I like her in everything. So yeah, very excited to see her as well. So yeah, I mean, anything else you want to say?
I mean, honestly, like, really just I'm kind of have the same thoughts as you there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I haven't seen the new
I know I
Shazam, so
talk too
I
much.
don't really know how Gal Gadot is in that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely see Jason Momoa coming back because he's just such a likable actor and he always has a lot of
Yeah.
fun with it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh my God. Wicked is okay. Listen. I know that a lot of people are excited for their Doom Part 2s and they're excited for their Furiosas, and I am as well. Doom Part
Oh,
2
I'm
is my
so excited for
second
those.
most anticipated film of the year, but Wicked's my number one. I mean, if you know me, you
So
know I'm a
excited.
massive theater nerd. I always will be. I will always have a passion for musical theater. I'll always be excited when musicals are coming out. And just the fact we're finally getting a Wicked film, and it's directed by the guy who did In the Heights, which in my opinion is the best musical adaptation film of the decade. And you have such a good cast. I mean, Cynthia Erivo is such a
Yes.
good choice for Elphaba. I think she's going
Oh
to
yeah.
crush it in that role. I think
Mhm.
she's going to do such a great job. I can already imagine how great she's going to be. And don't sleep on Ariana Grande. Like, don't sleep on her. She's going to do really well as Glinda. She does really well
So,
as these like quirky kind of characters. But
yeah.
Glinda also is different in the sense where she's going to get to show more range and things like that. Like, I think she's going to be really great. Michelle Yeoh as Madame Morrible. Like, oh
Ugh,
my God,
this
let's
is such a
go.
top tier cast.
Yeah, like it's Jeff Goldblum as the wizard. Like, come on, come on. I feel like this is going
I'm
to be
so
really
hyped.
great. Obviously, yes, there's the elephant in the room that is Ethan Slater, but we'll see how he is.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, I mean, I'm hyped out of my mind for Wicked. Just give me that teaser now. Just give me that teaser now. I can't wait to see
Oh,
how it
me
turns out.
too.
Listen, I know people are doubtful, but I am not at all going to bet against John M. Chu, especially after In the Heights. So yeah, I'm
Oh my
I'm
god,
I'm very
yes.
hyped for Wicked.
Oh, me too. I cannot wait. And literally, like, you, me, and like Emily or something should all see the Wicked musical and like on Broadway show at some point
Yeah,
just because of this. That'd be so much fun.
yeah, that'd be
Um,
fun.
Honestly, we could try maybe during like when I'm there in New York with her for like with the Christmas time,
Yeah,
Thanksgiving. We could
maybe
try. Maybe if it's there, we could all try. Maybe.
that could be
Um,
fun.
yeah, but oh, I'm so hyped and like it just where's the teaser? Where's the trailers?
I know.
Where's the first song that's gonna be released? Oh, I cannot wait, and it's gonna be fantastic. Like that Dune, was it Furiosa? Furiosa,
Furiosa.
Furiosa, yeah, and like Madam Web. Oh, I am so hyped for all of
I am
those,
not
and
excited for Madam Web, but I'm glad you
I'm
are.
I'm not like, I'm worried about it, but I'm also excited just because of like cast of the cast.
Yeah,
But oh,
we'll have to. I mean,
ugh,
yeah,
but Wicked, I'm just so hyped for it.
yeah, it's my most anticipated film of the entire year. So yeah, I'm very hyped for it. Oh, maybe down the line. I have no
That
idea.
could be
It's
fun.
never really something I've thought about, but it could be maybe fun to do at some
Mm,
point. Maybe tackle some kind of true crime thing. But there's a
yeah.
lot of great true crime podcasts out there that you can listen to. I just don't know if we're the right people to cover something like
We'll
that.
have
But
we'll have to go on, like, a deep dive of, like, well, a true crime story,
yeah,
and then we can, like, really, like, discuss it, but
yeah, maybe.
that could be like down the line, not now, but like once
Maybe we
we're
could
like,
watch like a Netflix documentary and do like
yeah,
a podcast about that. That could be cool.
yeah, that could be
So
fun. Because like
yeah.
crime is very addictive.
Hmm. Um, yeah, I mean, that's kind of true, Josh. I think that social media, but here's the thing with that. Like, yes, you can say people would rather just go on TikTok, but TikTok can also be a way to promote films. And I think what's happened is they are I think what's happening is that people are looking at that as like as like kind of like how do we appeal to them in the sense like people have like a low attention span and things like that, and people don't like being talked down to. People like, making it seem like they're intelligent and that this film is going to be something special and things like that. So I mean, yes, I think that's a part of it, but I also think we need to utilize social media as a way to promote movies. And if people are going to gravitate towards social media, let's take advantage of that. Like let's promote things on TikTok. Let's not make videos about, oh my God, they should show sports in movie theaters. Like, no, stop that. We don't need that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's another factor.
Yeah, definitely, like, obviously, we all love social media.
Yeah.
It's a big thing, but, like, yeah, people should, like, do their own research,
Yeah.
and give things a shot, not just agree and look at people's tweets and things, like, it's everyone
Yeah.
has their own opinions.
Yeah. Um, oh my God, it's coming. Okay. Eventually
Woo!
I will watch it. Listen,
We love you.
yes, we love Grace, first of all.
Yes, we do.
Support Distortion
Oh, yeah,
if you
always.
haven't. It's a great game.
Oh, yeah.
I might not have gone as far as I wanted to in it, but support
Also,
it.
I was kinda thinking because we haven't seen the movie, maybe you, me, and Grace should all watch it together, and then we all do a review together.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is that I would have seen it in theaters, but like it was literally like $28 a ticket. It's like a nearly 3 hour movie. I just couldn't find time to watch it. Like that's really
I
the
know you
best
didn't
answer is
I
just
know you didn't get to see ours either, but,
yeah.
it'd be fun if, like, you, me, and Grace all did a review together 'cause
Yeah, that could be
I
fun.
haven't seen
There
it
you
either
go.
yet, but it's also 'cause my theater sadly didn't get it.
Yeah. I would have definitely I'll definitely watch it at some point, but
Yeah.
I haven't found the time. I didn't find the time to see it in theaters, and there was just, especially around the time it's released, like if that movie came out in, let's say, like March or April, I probably would have seen it. It just really was the fact that like it came out like literally the busiest time of the year for anyone who watches movies. So I just wasn't able to, and also it was $28. So yeah, I'll get to it though. I'll get to it. So yeah. Um, yes, we just started the show
Yes.
actually.
So
I
good.
really, yeah, I really like it so far. I will say I do think that I do agree with people that I think that they've kind of overcomplicated things with like the mythology and things like that to some things that don't really work as well. But I really like the way they are examining all the characters, particularly Angel Dust's episode is like really strong. I really enjoyed
Oh my
that.
god.
The music's
Yes,
really
yesterday's
good.
oh, yes, episode 4. Oh, top tier.
Yeah, that was a great one. And I think the cast is like just really, really great. Like all the people they got to play these roles is great. And also just like the fact that this was a show from a YouTuber all the way back in 2019, and she was able to, finally get it at 5 years later is just so inspiring. It's something that like I think this could, if this show is successful, which it already has season 2, they've already confirmed it way before season 1, so there's that at least. But if it's able to get a following, I really do think this show could usher in like a new era of like animation, a new era of like, shows and things like that, where we see like smaller creators that maybe just had a show going on YouTube, or maybe they just had a show that they weren't able to get off the grounds, are now able to, and they're acquired by like an A24 or an Amazon. Like again, the fact that that happened just really excites me. So yeah, I've really been enjoying it so far. I wish they would have not done all 4 episodes at once, although I'm very happy we got to see episode 4 when we did.
Yeah.
Because I mean the season's literally going to end in 2 weeks, but yeah,
I
I'm really
know,
liking
it's
it so far.
crazy.
So
But it's such a good show so far, and, like, we went back and watched the pilot from 2019 together, and then watched the, like, other special of the music video, and, oh, so good, and it's so funny that they had the pilot in 2019, and they had to wait 5 years to release the rest of it.
which was definitely because of the strike. It was supposed to come out last year, so,
Probably.
um, but yeah, it's really, really great so far.
So good,
Um,
so strong.
I mean, the obvious answer is Iowa Debris. I feel like
Yes!
everyone's probably gonna say that, and as they should, because she was just incredible. Um, I'll give another answer though that I haven't heard as much. Dominic Sessa, in The Holdovers, amazing. Like everyone needs to like he's gonna go places after that movie. He was incredible. So yeah, I'd probably say those two, Iowa
I
Debris
would
and Dominic Sessa.
I would say, obviously, my girls, Iowa Debris, Sydney Sweeney, and then
Well,
also
Sydney Sweeney was not a breakout
I mean,
star in
yeah.
2023.
I mean, I don't yeah, but, like, she's also, like, really getting, like, a big start because she's, like, becoming like,
Well,
she's doing a lot of projects.
I would say that's more 2022
Yeah,
because
I
of
guess,
Euphoria.
but also Jeremy Allen White, like, he's also, like, doing a lot as well.
Mhm.
So I'd say those 3 for sure. But yeah, Io Debris, Sydney Sweeney, and Jeremy Allen White have a lot of amazing projects coming out to look
Oh, yeah.
forward to, and, ugh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love them so much, and
Also Lily
if they're
Gladstone, but yeah, Lily
oh,
Gladstone as
yes.
well, incredible in Killers,
Also,
and I think
can we also just have, like, a movie or show with Jeremy Allen White, Pedro Pascal, Io Debris, and Sydney Sweeney in it together? Like, I will
that'd be
cry.
interesting. That'd be interesting. Um, but, oh, I know. Grace is a friend, and she does this, so yeah.
Grace is Grace is just amazing.
Yes, she is. Um Exactly, and I will get
Oh.
around to it. I will get around to it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I that's what I've heard. I don't know.
The
Disney
trailers
Channel
look funny.
shows don't interest me. I don't feel any reason to watch. So,
Maybe I'll watch it, like, before I sleep at some point, or if I'm on, like, a flight or something, it could be, like, a fun show for that.
yeah. Yeah, I'm very hesitant on that as well. I just feel like, I mean, the fact that iCarly ended on that cliffhanger is
Oh,
insane to me. I
I'm so
just
sad.
Like, they ended it literally at the worst possible point where it's like they really could have at least given it one more season, I feel like, just to, like, kinda wrap things up. I feel like that would have been fine. But the fact that they ended it on just that insane cliffhanger and we're never gonna get any resolution, just really pisses me off. It really annoys me because I really do feel like everyone really loves season 3, and like a lot of the people that didn't like seasons 1 and 2 as much were saying that like the show is like finally like finding its group. I've always enjoyed it, but I know there are people that weren't and were saying like they thought season 3 was like the best season. I still think that's season 2 personally, but like yeah, I mean, I don't have any opinion on the Thundermans movie. I hope it's good, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't really have anything, any opinions on that, but, like, with iCarly, I'm really hoping, like, Netflix or something could pick it up, and, like, it would be cool if Netflix could, like, release it weekly, just like they do with certain reality shows, because that's the only thing they seem to release weekly on Netflix. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm hoping if they pick it up, they could at least do it weekly, because I don't know, it could be really good for Netflix, and I'm so sad that that ended after season 3 and also after that cliffhanger. Like, I
I
wanna see
know.
what happens next.
Yeah, it really sucks because the cast was like really passionate about it.
Oh, yeah.
Um, oh yeah, that was not good. I did not like that movie at all.
Oh gosh, that one, ugh. Yeah, there was some good, okay moments in it, but it was not great. No.
Yeah, I feel like that is the definition of like what people feared the iCarly reboot was gonna be, where it's like it's trying to both cater to fans of the original show, but also like be a lot more adults. And that was the
Yeah.
issue with the movie, is that it
Mhm.
almost feels like, and I never got a chance to review it, but it almost feels like it could just be like a regular romantic comedy, but
Yeah.
because it has Zoe 101 characters to get more eyes on it. Like that's the reason it's there. It doesn't really do anything with the property. It doesn't really do a great job of like here's what happened to this character. Some of them have literally nothing to fucking do. Like the character of Michael, for example, has nothing to do in that movie. He's literally just like the best man, and that's it. So it just kind of feels like, okay, to me, this felt like Jamie Lynn Spears had like some romantic comedy she was attached to, and then she's like, let's just make it a Zoe 101 reunion. And that's exactly what happened. Because it just feels sloppy. It just feels sloppy. And it's like, this is the story you choose to go with. She's like choosing some other guy, and like he's pretending to be like her boyfriend and things like it's just it was dumb. I did not like that movie at all.
And
So,
also because it's very throwaway too, especially, and it's also just
yeah.
like, especially with everything we hear about Jamie Lynn Spears, yikes.
Yeah.
So we were very hesitant for watching the movie, but obviously we just watched it for like really just the purposes of just watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, but it wasn't good at all.
Yeah, no, exactly. That makes sense. But I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think Nickelodeon is what it used to be, and I just don't think that their sitcoms are going to be what they used to be. I hope that they get an audience and people are able to, I hope people are able to get something great out of them. But I mean, I have no idea. I don't watch those kind of shows anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really watched a lot of Nickelodeon lately.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so I do have some opinions on this. I didn't watch this show, but I do have some opinions on this. The fact that they canceled this show, I think is really stupid, especially because like there was a legitimate following for this. I saw a tweet because Schmigadoon was canceled recently, and the writer of this show retweeted it and said, "Oh, another show that got canceled, and they didn't find out until a tweet." Because apparently she didn't even know it was canceled until the tweet was published, and she was like freaking, and she was like really annoyed because like she had wrote the third season. She thought for sure it was going to happen, and then they just canceled it. And yeah, I mean, I think this is an inherent problem now where it's like we're not even giving showrunners a heads up that maybe your show's not coming back. Maybe you should try to, wrap things up and things like that. We're just canceling it just out of the blue. And I feel like that is just the wrong way to go about it. Like, especially shows that maybe are a little bit more niche, like just give it some time to grow. Just give it some time to grow. It can find its audience. We've seen this happen. How many times have we seen people pick up a show that came out years ago and now they're watching it? They're like, oh, this is a great show. Why did nobody watch it? Like I've seen this happen with a plethora of shows from like the 2000s. And it's like, if we're just going to keep canceling shows, we're not able to do that because I don't want to watch a show that doesn't have a satisfying end. So yeah, it's very unfortunate what happened to that. I hate when shows are not able to get their proper ending. So yeah, it really sucks.
Yeah, I've never actually. I don't think no, I have not seen that show. But I mean, maybe I'll check it out at some point. It's always unfortunate when things get canceled. I mean, unless it's like really bad, but like, ugh, who knows? Maybe it'll come back at some point.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So here's the thing. I am excited for this, which I know is shocking because I absolutely despise the Lion King 2019 remake. I think it's like a really shitty film. Just a really soulless live action remake. But the fact they have Barry Jenkins attached to it and he's directing it, I mean, I have to be somewhat excited because everything he attached himself to is just amazing. I mean, Moonlight, If Beale Street Can Talk, The Underground Railroad. Do I even need to go on? He is literally one of the best talents working today. So the fact that he's directing it has me very excited. And also the cast is like really good. You have Aaron Pierre as Mufasa, Kelvin Harrison Jr. as Scar. I mean, those two castings are really good. But then you also have the guy who wrote the live action remake, writing the screenplay. So that's not great. You still have me worried that, like a lot of the live action remakes, that yes, you have a great director, but are you going to utilize that director? Are you going to make sure that director has their full vision, or is it just going to feel like you have a name attached to it? So yes, I think that this can work because of the fact that it is something different where we've never seen this story before. We've never seen Mufasa's past. We've never seen, the feud between him and Scar and how that all came about. I think there's stuff you can do there, but I am very worried, especially because of like how the majority of these live action remakes have been. This is not a live action remake. This is a sequel, again, to a story we haven't seen before. My other concern is this going to actually be about Mufasa? Or is that just going to be like a subplot and this is just going to be a remake of The Lion King 2? Because I don't know if you know this, half of the movie is Simba retelling the story to Kiara, which, is from The Lion King 2. So is this going to actually be its own thing? Or is this just going to feel like a remake to The Lion King 2? So I honestly don't know. Like, I want to be excited. The fact that Barry Jenkins is attached to it definitely has me a little bit more optimistic, but it's very hard to get excited for Disney live action remakes, especially with how most of them have turned out. So,
yeah, it's definitely like something that I'm looking forward to for sure. But yeah, it's definitely like hard to like get into at times because of how they turn out. But I mean, hopefully it's good. Because Lion King is also just like very nostalgic too, like something that we grew up with, and literally it came out in '94, so I was 1 year old when it came out, the original. So it's pretty like insane.
I don't know what I can legally say about this. That's the thing. I don't know how am I supposed to give a rating legally, especially when the season hasn't ended. Now, if we're rating my time in the season, aside from how things played out, probably a solid like 7 or 8. It was a fun time. I was happy that I was, around and things like that. And I actually I was able to put effort in this time around. But the game itself, we're going to have to wait till it's done because I don't think I can give a rating until the actual like season's over. But so far, so good. So far, so good.
I'll probably give my rating after the season as well, just because I mean, I don't want, if anyone's still in the game, I don't want them to see this.
That's the thing. I'm trying to like, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. All right. So okay. So we haven't finished this yet. We need to watch more. Of what I've seen, though, I really like it. I especially like the way it focuses on the human characters and like gives them more depth, makes them more interesting. Kind of takes this approach, kind of similar to The Leftovers, where it's like it's not really about how Godzilla got there; it's more about how it affects them and things like that. I have heard, obviously, I haven't finished it, but like I have heard the middle section is very bad from what people have said. Like episodes 5 through 7 is like really rough, but like it picks back up in 8 through 10. The first 3 episodes I really liked. Episode 4, I was not crazy about. I did not care about what was going on there. But if we're talking the first 3 episodes, it's really good. I really like the dual storyline as well with like Kurt Russell's character in like the 50s. So yeah, overall, I really like it so far.
Oh yeah, it's like really good so far. Like I'm so excited to continue. What episode are we even on?
Episode 5.
Yeah, we are on episode 5. Okay. Yeah. But it's been really strong so far. And I'm very excited to continue it. It's very like just intriguing too, and it's just a very fun storyline.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's definitely always going to be an issue. I think that there are certain sections of film criticism that have definitely ruined it forever, like fandom menace and things like that. I mean, we don't really need to get into all that, but yeah, I mean, I think that especially for me, I mean, I'm someone that used to be I used to be someone who was just like very like staunch with my opinions, and I didn't understand why people would feel differently about pieces of media and things like that. But the thing that's important to note is that these are literally just movies at the end of the day. Like film is a subjective medium. We need to treat it like such. We need to not, constantly just like let our opinions encroach on others and things like that. I think that we just need to be more open-minded, and we need to be able to have productive conversations and not just consistently just talk over each other and try to like make personal attacks about people and things like that. It's just really it's not great. Like if we want to, the way we need to come together is our love of film, and we need to recognize that not everyone's going to feel the same way that you do. I mean, I don't like the Kissing Booth films. Ali likes the Kissing Booth films, for example.
No, I like the first one. The other
That's the
two,
worst
not so
one,
much.
but yes, but here's the thing. I'm not going to like insult her or shame her for it because at the end of the day, that's her opinion. That's how she feels. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if someone feels differently. Maybe I won't agree, but if they can give me a cogent reasoning for why they feel the way that they do, that's all that matters. That's all that matters at the end of the day. So yeah, in general, like people just need to really stop. Like that I've seen so especially last year, I saw so much of people just feeling like they had to put down another movie to talk about them loving another one. And that's just not the way it should go. Like we can love a film, but don't feel like you have to constantly put down, especially someone liking another movie, to justify why this one is better. Like that's just not the way to go about it. So yeah, there's just a lot of negativity that I'm not a fan of for sure. So yeah, not great. Not great at all. But
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was just talking to my mom. Um,
I figured.
but um, but yeah, like with social media, like can be very like toxic in general. Just like people always like judge other people's comments or opinions. Everyone should have their own. Like who cares if people dislike or like something that you don't? Like everyone is human. Everyone is their self and
Yeah.
just literally and like also like I don't even post much on like Twitter these days. Like the only thing I post is when we finish a show or if we're watching a certain episode or and like things of all my favorite people, things like that. Like I don't post that much. I usually just retweet. And
Yeah.
like just because I just don't want to deal with all that toxicity either. Like I just do what I just do what I like and I just
Mhm.
focus on myself and that's what everyone should do.
Yeah, literally as long as someone isn't being, like, problematic with their opinions, like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's kinda just
Exactly.
how I see this. Like, I'm just at a point where it's like, if you like it, cool. I'm happy you like it. I just don't, you know? Like,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be an asshole and try to put down the thing that you love because you love it, and
Exactly.
that's what matters at the end of the day.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, just don't
that's
be problematic and things like
kinda
that.
where I'm
And
at.
like
So,
literally, like that's another thing I'll post if I'll stick up for what's right, that kind of thing.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, like yes, I'll joke around with people. Grace, I don't know if you're still watching, but there's like a movie that her and Seb like called A Week Away that I thought was fucking terrible. And like I'll jokingly tell them how much I hate it, but I'm not gonna.
That became like a meme. It's so funny.
Yes, 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 exactly. But like the difference is that that's just like joking around. I've seen it
Yeah,
gotten to a point where people like try to question people's characters for like liking certain movies and things like that. And it's like that's just not how it should be. Like if I like yes, there's certain films that I personally just don't want to watch, but if you want to watch it, that's fine. Go ahead. Like
yeah,
I don't really care. Um,
exactly.
what I care about more so is just what I care more so about is again just people liking stuff because they like it. Like that's what matters. It's just stupid. It's just stupid
Mhm.
that people like to that people like to watch that people watch this stuff and just rather than hype it up they just feel like putting people down. Like it just really
Exactly.
sucks to
Yeah,
do that.
some
Could
people
truly
just
never
do
be
that.
me.
Yeah, people do that, and it's just gross behavior.
Yeah, just touch grass, honestly, just touch grass.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'd agree with this. I think Lily Gladstone was probably like the breakout star of because I mean Iowa Debris, was in stuff beforehand. Lily Gladstone really just came out of nowhere. Yes, she was in stuff, but not really like a household name. After
Mhm.
Killers, I mean, I think we're gonna see her in a lot of stuff moving
Oh, I
forward.
think so
So,
too. Like just
and also the
from
fact that like she might be getting an Oscar win, like, is
yes.
insane. So,
Literally just from the 45 minutes I've watched so far, she's like fantastic.
no, yeah. I mean, I'm still team Emma Stone, but if Lily got it, I would not be disappointed. So, I think it's great casting for Caitlin Deaver. I think that she's going to do really good as Abby.
Yeah.
I think that she has a very the thing about her, I saw people say, I don't think this is going to be convincing for her and things like that. I mean, she can really transform into characters really well. I mean, watch Booksmart, for example. I mean, she transforms into that character so well in that movie. I mean, that's one of the reasons that film works as well as it does, is because of how um, committed she is to being that character. She does a great job in that. No one will save you. I mean, she doesn't utter a single word in that movie, but yet she is able to she's able to get you to understand everything you need to know about Bryn just through like facial expressions and things like
Mhm.
that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
I mean, I
literally
think
one single dialogue in that movie.
yeah, there's literally yeah, it's like one line. And yeah, I mean, I think when she even look back at Justified. I know you haven't seen it, but like she plays this character Loretta in Justified that is distinctly different from anything else you've seen her play. So yeah, I mean, I think she's gonna kill it. I think this is a really great casting. I was very much behind her when people were saying she was like rumored. I was like, hell yes, let's get Caitlin Deaver in there. I think she's gonna kill it. I'm really excited to see what she does as Abby.
Me
She's gonna
too.
piss a lot of people off because Abby's a character that gets certain people really fired up, and it's going to be annoying to see. Like on Twitter, we were just talking about toxic side of social media. You're really going to see that happen probably when it comes to the character of Abby. But I think she's going to be great in the role.
Oh yeah, I think she's gonna kill it. This and she also can be very badass too, so it's like a perfect role for her. Um, I'm obviously The Last of Us. I have not played, but I want to.
Yeah,
But like season one of the show, absolutely loved it. One of the best of last year, and I think she's gonna absolutely kill this role, honestly. And I think
oh,
she'll really like work well with like Pedro and Bella, and I think they're gonna work like blend very well together.
yeah. All right, so yeah, I mean, it's just that cliffhanger was so good, and I have no
I
idea
know.
how you decided to cancel the show after that cliffhanger. Like, if you haven't seen iCarly season 3, it ends in this way where you're just like, give me season 4 now, and then they just decide to end it, which is so weird.
I know. It was just like so random too.
Yeah, truly will never understand it. Yeah, I mean, Logan and Quinn stuff was fine. I liked, the stuff that they had in the movie. That was probably like one of the only bright spots of Zoe
Yeah.
102. Um, but again, it still felt like, and I will say, this is coming from someone that hasn't watched a lot of Zoe 101. But it still felt like to me, like Logan and Quinn could be anybody. They could be any couple that's just like, getting married. It didn't feel like Zoe 101 specifically. It just felt like they have the characters in there because the movie will get more recognition that way. So yeah, that's just kind of how I felt. It's like they just didn't do anything as a reunion film. They didn't do anything exciting. It just felt like a regular romantic comedy with
It
Zoe
did.
101 characters.
Yeah,
So
honestly, like Logan and Quinn were probably the best parts of it, honestly. Like they actually felt normal and
mhm.
real.
Yeah, they
Like
felt like
they
the
actually
same
like they were
characters.
the same basically the same characters, just like obviously
Yeah.
older. And like I actually really enjoyed their parts, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know how Bunked went on as long as it did. Like the fact they got to season 7 is insane to me. I used to watch episodes of that show with my friends, like just for fun. It's painful. Like it's a painful show to watch. It's so bad.
I've never
I don't
seen that
know
one.
if you've seen it, but it's
No, I have
it's it's
not.
bad. It's really bad. But
Maybe
yeah,
I'll check it out for fun sometime.
it's canceled. So yeah, we don't have to talk about it anymore. Um um. Yeah, kind of. I think that definitely, like, that did hurt, multicam sitcoms, but I really don't know if I would blame, like, single camera sitcoms for that just because, like, I think that there were some that still were very popular. I think, again, people's interests just kinda shifted, like, people don't wanna watch stuff with a laugh track these days because it just feels, like, unnatural, and people feel like they're being forced to, they're being told when to laugh, you know? I think people would rather just watch it, and laugh when they think it's funny and things like that. So, yeah, I think it's more so just, I don't think you blame just reality TV and single camera sitcoms. I think it really does just come down to the fact that I think it really just does come down to the fact that the multi-camera sitcoms, people's interest just shifted. So yeah, I think that's really what it comes down to. I am very indifferent when it comes to Frozen 3. I didn't like Frozen 2 that much. I hope Frozen 3 is better, but I don't really care about that. But it did really well, so it's not shocking that they're doing that. Toy Story 5, I mean,
Oh
I
wait,
don't
what was the
know.
question that you were this one? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I was just talking to my mom really quick. We're just going through like stuff, old stuff.
No. He's talking about like how reality TV and like sitcoms of today like killed like shows with like laugh tracks and things like that.
Yeah.
Um and I was just saying I don't think that's the case. I think the medium just shifted. I think people just aren't interested in stuff like Big Bang Theory anymore.
Big
They're much
Bang
more
Theory is
interested in
one
something
show
like
I've
a
never honestly, Big Bang Theory is a show I never really got into that much. Like I've seen it a few times. It's just I
Mhm.
don't know. That one is just it felt a little weird to me. It wasn't like really that funny.
Yeah, it's not that great.
Like it's just kind of like I mean, obviously the certain sitcoms people love, like How I Met Your Father is another one I would love to come back. Like that one should be picked up by Paramount Plus because of How I Met Your Mother. Um,
Yeah.
like that show, I was very sad because it ended off so good. Like
That one
I
also, yeah. That one
yeah,
started to get
bring
really good.
pick up by Carly,
Yeah,
please. Just
agreed.
those two were so good. Like they both ended on a great note, and now I'm just like, I need to see what comes next. But
Yeah, that
like,
was
I guess some sitcoms people just don't like anymore. But I
yeah.
mean, it is unfortunate.
Yeah, I never really got into sitcoms that much, so I don't really care. But yeah, it is. I mean, it's definitely sad to see some of them go. But again, I think the medium has just shifted. I think now that we have technology that we do, there's things you can do with sitcoms that you just couldn't do with like the traditional single camera, like multi-camera sitcoms. So I think it really does just come down to the fact that like things just kind of shifted, interest shifted, and people just want to see stuff that's a little bit different, a little bit more creative, that's taking more risks. They don't want to see just like traditional stuff. I think the reason people love like a Abbott Elementary, for example, is
Yes.
because it does both those things. Yes, it feels familiar it does feel familiar to like shows we used to get, but it also is kind of telling this story that I think a lot of people can relate to, where it's this underfunded classroom and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I think in general, there's a lot to, I think there's a lot more to it than just, oh, this specific thing is what killed it. So,
Yeah.
you know, um, yeah, like I said, I don't care about Frozen 3. I didn't like Frozen 2, so that's kind of like irrelevant to me. Toy Story 5, I just like, what are you gonna do at this point? What are you gonna do? Like, I know people were saying about Toy Story 4. I was saying that for a bit, and then we got the trailer and I loved it. And maybe they'll have one with Toy Story 5. But like, what are you gonna do at this point? I just don't. I mean, I'm trying to stay optimistic because I love Toy Story 4, and I'm hoping Toy Story 5 is the same way, where it's like, okay, we have a great story, it can really go somewhere. We can do something different with the characters. We can, tell this other phase of life that we haven't covered before. Like if they have that, that's great. I just really don't know. Zootopia 2, that's what I'm actually excited for. I feel like there's a lot you can do with that property. I feel like there's a lot you can do with that world. So that's really the only one that I care about at this point. Frozen 3, I could give less of a shit about. They literally announced a Frozen 4 is happening too at some point. So,
That's so
and then Toy
funny.
Story 5, like I said, I'll try to stay optimistic for it, but right now, don't really care. So that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, that's kind of my answer to that one.
Yeah, those yeah, these ones I mean, I'm trying to stay optimistic, of course, but Frozen 3, I mean, we've already know like Frozen 2 is just kind of like why was it a thing really?
It was okay.
It was okay, but like it didn't really need a sequel per se.
I mean, I think they could have done a sequel. I still want to watch. I want to watch that they made like a documentary that is basically like apologizing for Frozen 2 and like talking
Oh
about
my
like what
god,
Frozen 2 was originally supposed to be. And I've heard it makes you like
that's
Frozen
hilarious.
2 even less by watching this documentary because they talk about what they were supposed to do with the movie and what it actually turned out to be, and it just is not as
Yeah.
great.
But with all these, like, obviously Toy Story is, like, such a classic, and then, I'm trying to stay optimistic about all of them. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll be all really good, but you never know. We'll see.
Yeah, Zootopia 2 is really the one that I'm like the most excited for because I feel like
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
lot you can do with those characters. So, you know. Um I don't know. I mean, probably. There's a lot that came out in 1999 that's really great in terms of movies. Obviously we had like, let's see, what were the big ones 1992? We had like The Virgin Suicides, that's a great movie. We had we had The Iron Giant, which is a classic. I finally watched that a few years ago. Fantastic movie. Being John Malkovich, that's a great one. Um, for comedies, there's like a lot of good ones that came out. But I don't know. It definitely is up there, but I don't know what the like best year for like movies and TV would be. So maybe, but I don't know.
Sorry, was 1999 considered to be the best year when it came to movies and TV? I mean, I was 6 years old. I mean, there
I
are
was
some
I was
classics.
one.
There were some classics that came out that year. Like 10 Things I Hate About You or Never Been Kissed and all that stuff. Like a lot of iconic films. I
American
wouldn't say
Pie.
it's yeah, American Pie. I wouldn't say it's maybe the best year. I mean,
I would say more 1994 personally, but
also 2004 had a lot of great ones too.
oh yeah, 2004 was a great year.
Yeah.
A lot
But
of and people have said this, a lot of fours, like if a year ends in a four, usually means it's gonna be like an elite year for movies. So here's hoping
yeah,
2024 can continue that streak.
I know, hopefully.
Yeah. Um Oh, very much so. Very much so. Sopranos started the golden age of television. Like without the Sopranos, we wouldn't have like they said it best in the Emmys thing. Like we wouldn't have a Game of Thrones. We wouldn't have The Last of Us. Like HBO would not be what it is without the Sopranos. They just really
Honestly.
wouldn't. So
Even
yeah,
though
I mean,
I
absolutely they kicked it off.
I haven't seen The Sopranos yet, but I mean, I really want to at some point. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely like HBO has such great shows.
Yeah. And the Sopranos is really what like kickstarted it. So
Yeah.
um Um,
Would you rather let out a loud fart in the library or Taco Bell liquid shit yourself at a Justin Bieber concert? What kind of question?
anyway,
Um, the second one, I guess.
I have no idea.
I
I've
this
never
is
really
such a
thought about it, but you know, it's
that's such a him question.
it's a very interesting question to think about. But I don't know. I really don't know. Um, I'd have to think about it, you know? All right, let's see. What else is here?
I post a lot on
Um,
Instagram. LOL, it is what I love doing. Love that. Instagram is iconic, one of the best.
yeah. Um,
Me, me either. Ellie, I never watched it. Big Bang Theory, I never. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just never been like that into the Big Bang Theory. Like I've seen a few episodes and some moments are okay, but I don't know. It's just that one's just been very iffy with me. Very hit or
there was a
miss.
phase in my life where I watched it quite a bit. My parents really got into it. I just kind of like fell off, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that one.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, please. Like, I don't understand how they like
please.
at least give it a season 4. At least give it like one final season
Come on,
just to wrap
Netflix. Do your
everything up.
thing.
It's like there's so much they can do with that. Um, Favorite Nat and Alex Wolf films. I mean, easily Alex Wolf, Hereditary. Like that's the one that comes up for Alex Wolf because like,
Oh
come on.
yes, yeah.
It's got to be Hereditary.
Mm,
Just because like, and I will say, I think between the two, Alex is the better actor. I
yeah.
like Nat, but like, I think Alex has the better roster of films. I mean, listen, He has Hereditary. He was in Oppenheimer for a little bit, not long, but he was in it for a little bit.
True, true.
Patriots Day, Thoroughbreds, Bad Education. He's gonna be in A Quiet Place Day One. Like he's really going. Oh, Pig is another great one that he was in. He was great in Pig. Yeah, I mean, I would probably say Hereditary for Alex Wolff, and then Nat
Yeah, they're
Wolff.
definitely they're both very talented actors, but I would say Alex is probably the one that's like
The
a little more
thing with Nat Wolff,
versatile.
though, he doesn't have a lot of movies I like. He really doesn't.
Fair, fair.
I didn't like Mainstream. I didn't like Body Cam. Let's see. I didn't hate Death Note, but I didn't like Death Note.
I need to watch
Paper
more of those.
Towns, that's probably the one I'd say. That's like
Paper
one of the
Towns
only ones
wasn't.
I liked.
I've seen Paper Towns like once. It was okay.
Fault in Our Stars, he's good in that.
That one's a good one. Very sad film, but good.
I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of movies he's done that I just haven't really liked. So it's hard for me to answer that question. Favorite Barry Keoghan performance, least favorite. I mean, listen, Barry Keoghan is one of those actors where like every performance he gives is fantastic. So I don't think I can give a least favorite Barry Keoghan performance because he's
I
great
don't think
in.
I've seen the Batman. There's not a lot I have seen with him actually. I've seen Saltburn. Obviously, I need to see Banshees of Inisherin. Oh yeah, obviously Dune Part 2 is coming out. Like I've only seen like very few with him,
He
but
is
I'd have to
not in
say.
Doom Part 2.
Oh, wait, hold on. It says Barry Keoghan Dune Part 2.
That's Ron.
It's probably I don't know what they probably
Is
made
that
a
on
mistake.
Google?
Yep, they probably made a mistake.
Yeah, he is not in Doom Part 2.
But I mean, obviously, him and Saltburn was fantastic. That was my last watch of 2023, which honestly, perfect film to end with. Honestly,
Oh yeah,
because let's see,
that's another film. Like I was not expecting to get the social media buzz that it was. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like a movie like that. Let's do that for every movie. Like let's get eyes on films like that are weird and different and take risks. Saltburn very much does that.
Yeah,
So.
literally before Saltburn, if I started 2024 with that, my last film in 2023 would have been Chupa, which was not very good.
I don't remember that at all.
Before that would have been Iron Claw, which is fine. Like love that one.
I would say either Saltburn or Banshees of Inisherin are his best. Inisherin are his best performances. I mean, obviously, Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
No, I almost did say that. Killing of a Sacred Deer was really like his big like breakout. And he was phenomenal in that movie. But I would probably say either Saltburn or Banshees of Inisherin are his best. His worst, I mean, probably Eternals, but I didn't dislike him in the movie. Like, I don't think he gave. What?
Still need to watch Eternals.
It's not good. He didn't give like a bad performance in that movie, so I don't think I have a least favorite Barry Keoghan performance because I like him in basically everything. So, yeah. Okay, movies or TV shows looking forward to this year. Already talked about Wicked and how excited I am for that one. That is my most anticipated of this year for sure, no question about it. But other movies I'm excited for. Doom Part 2, very high up there, obviously. Love the first one. Very excited for the second one. Very happy that it's finally coming out. Nosferatu, Robert Eggers' next film. Robert Eggers is going to make a movie. I'm probably going to be excited for it. So very excited for that. Furiosa, very much looking forward to that one. Also, this movie Long Legs that has had very cryptic marketing so far. They've put out like 3 teasers, but they haven't said what the movie's about. They haven't said like anything about the movie. It's literally just been like it's just been like very eerie music and like photos and things like that. I'm very excited for that one. Oz Perkins is a very underrated, is a very overlooked horror director, I think. So I'm very excited for that one. Maxine is finally coming out. Very excited for that.
Good, Maxine.
Yes. Challengers.
I had to.
Yes, you did. Joker, Folie à Joie, of course, I'm excited for. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of films that I'm definitely really looking forward to. I could literally
Me
send
too.
you my anticipated 2024 list and things like that. TV wise, the thing is, like, I don't know a lot of shows that are coming out this year, just because like there's a lot that hasn't been announced yet, so I don't know if it's actually coming out this year, so I can't really tell you. I mean, I can say some that like I'm really excited for that haven't come out yet that are coming out really soon, like Masters of the Air that comes out on Friday. I'm really excited for that. Um, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'm really excited for that one. I think that one has a lot of potential. Um, what else? What else is there that I'm like really excited for? Um,
For movies so far for me, that I'm definitely
Avatar: The
still
Last Airbender, obviously.
I think I need to catch up on that. I have not seen that show.
It's not This is a live action adaptation. This is not a
Mhm.
continuation of the animated film, of the
Okay.
animated show. This is the live action,
Oh, yeah.
adaptation of the series.
For
Um,
movies, I'm definitely most excited for, like, Deadpool, Madam Web, Dune Part 2, Ghostbusters. Also, I'm actually really excited for Argyle, not gonna lie.
that one looks fun. I'm excited for that.
That one looks
I wish they'd
great.
stop playing the trailer, but I'm excited for that.
Oh, Fall Guy. Oh, so excited for that one.
That one looks fun.
And Furiosa, of course, Wicked,
Right.
Quiet Place, Challengers, of course.
Yeah.
Miller's Girl. Actually, I'm pretty excited for Miller's Girl and Lisa Frankenstein.
I am not excited for Miller's Girl. I want to be, but I don't know. I don't like the pl I
Mm, I don't like that, yeah, but, like,
the
I'm just excited for Jenna Ortega.
I mean, yeah, I'm excited for Jenna Ortega, but like just the plot does not interest me. I just no.
Yeah, and then shows, yeah, it's, like, really hard to say. I mean another movie I'm really excited for is Echo Valley that has Sydney Sweeney coming out
I
this
don't think
year
that's
on
coming
a
out this year.
I think it no, it says it is. It said, hold on. Let me go find it.
It doesn't have a year yet.
Um, for Wikipedia says Apple TV
It
Plus.
just says
Wait,
it's coming.
okay. Oh wait, no, it doesn't say. It doesn't say yet. Okay. So either this
Yeah, it
year or
just says
next year. I'm not sure.
upcoming.
Yeah, shows it's hard to say because there's so many like um I mean, of course I'm excited for like Claim to Fame to come back.
Oh yeah.
But like it's really like those ones who whenever like they're released, we'll see if we're like whenever they come out with
Yeah.
trailers and stuff, we'll see if we are excited for them or not.
Yeah, I mean, I hardly ever watch TV show trailers these days because I feel like they spoil major moments in like later episodes of the season that I don't want to know about. That's why I'm really happy that like The Curse, I watched the trailer for it recently. Didn't spoil a thing about episode
I
10. They
know
show
they
one
didn't.
little shot. They show one little shot in the trailer. But other than that, didn't thankfully they didn't spoil anything that major. So like most of the time I don't watch TV show trailers for that particular reason.
Yeah,
So that's another reason why it's really hard for me to say like TV shows I'm excited for these days because I don't really watch like TV show trailers unless it's one I'm like really, really like excited for. Like The Boys season 4. Oh, there we go. Boys season 4. That's one I'm very excited to come back. Also, I don't know when it's coming back, but it is allegedly coming back this year. Severance season 2, very high up there. Very high up there. Give me that immediately. I don't know. Well, not immediately. I want them to take their time on it, but like when that comes out, I'm gonna be their day one. So, oh, also House of the Dragon season 2. Very excited for
oh,
that.
yes, yes. So excited for that
Um,
one. And favorite Jacob Elordi performance, least fave Jacob Elordi
oh,
performance.
it's easy for me. Least favorite's The Kissing Booth. I don't think he's good in those movies at all. He
I mean,
regrets doing them, and I don't blame him because I think
I will
that's
say, like, yeah, I mean, he probably wasn't my favorite in that. I mean, didn't mind. I will say I didn't mind the first one. Like, I liked it a lot when it came out, the first one. But I mean, going back, I can definitely see that they're all very cheesy.
mhm.
So I'd probably say that is the least favorite. And then number one, well, there's some I haven't seen yet. Like I haven't seen Priscilla yet. I haven't seen Two Hearts. I haven't
Oh,
seen
that one is terrible.
Yeah.
He's not bad in it, but it's a
Oh yeah,
terrible movie.
Deepwater was good.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, I will say probably his best, Saltburn from what I've seen.
Probably it's either Saltburn or Priscilla, I would say. I mean,
Also,
also his role in Euphoria is
oh yeah,
amazing.
his role in Euphoria is like he kills it.
Yeah, like that's the performance that made me realize, okay, he actually has potential as an actor. And
Oh
that's
yeah.
why these days you're never gonna hear me say this person's a bad actor in like the first movie I see them in, because I can be convinced otherwise. I mean, I thought Nicholas Galestein was a really bad actor for a while, and then I saw him in Bottoms, and I'm like, oh no, he has range. He just needs the right role. Like he's great in that film. He just doesn't work as like the boring, bland love interest. Like he can't do that well. But like give him a crazy role like Bottoms, he'll kill it.
Mhm.
And I think Jacob Elordi is the same way. He needs the right kind of role, and he'll
Yeah.
really kill it.
Ooh,
So,
I'm also excited to see The Sweet East.
oh yeah, that I mean that came out last year, but yes,
It says I think it's supposed to be coming out this year, isn't it?
no, it came out last year.
Oh.
It comes on VOD this year, but it came
Oh,
out
okay,
in select
that's what it's gonna
theaters.
right, that's what it's gonna be.
It was in select theaters last year.
Yeah.
Very limited release, to the point where we
He's
won't be
gonna
able to see it until literally the end of February.
ooh. Jacob Elordi has a movie called Oh Canada coming out.
I don't know what that is, but yeah,
Ben
he
Robert
has
loves
that.
Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah, Paul Schrader. Okay,
Yes, I love Alex Wolff. He's my DM sometimes on Instagram. He's amazing. Love him. Aw.
yeah, great actor.
I love
Um,
Matt Alex Wolff. He says thank you for this band. That was an amazing show. Love them since then.
I mean, this is one that I'm actually really excited for. I haven't watched the trailer, but I mean,
Yes.
Donald Glover being in it, Maya Erskine. Yeah, I have a lot of hype for this one. I haven't never watched the movie. I don't know if you have with like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. But I
I think if I have, it's been a while, but I don't. Yeah.
Also, the cast for this show is insane. Paul Dano, Parker Posey, Wagner Moura, Sarah Paulson, Ron Perlman. Like, yes,
Oh
Alexander
yeah.
Skarsgård. Like, yeah, this has a lot of potential. I think
Oh, it's.
this
Oh,
will be
I think it's
really
gonna
good.
be great. I think it's gonna be
So,
really good.
yeah, I don't know how big their roles are. Obviously, I feel like it might just be like they're in one or two episodes, but I definitely am very excited for Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Me
So.
too. What movie
Movies
are
I'm
you
not looking forward to. I mean,
Um,
there's definitely quite a few. Um, I mean, I'll look right now. Oh, fucking Imaginary. I'm not excited for that at all. That trailer keeps playing. That is the trailer I'm sick of. Like I said this on Twitter. Everyone talks about the Argyle trailer. I'm talking about the Imaginary trailer. If I have to see that little girl go no 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 one more time, I'm gonna lose
why
my
does
mind.
that give vibes of that girl at your work that time?
Well, that was cute. This was annoying.
That's true.
Um, Maybe we shouldn't play together, Chauncey. Like, shut up. I'm so
Oh
sick of
my
it.
god.
I'm not
Oh
excited for
geez.
that movie at all. Um, just I'd probably be more excited if Jeff Wadlow wasn't attached to it. I think he's generally just a terrible director. I haven't liked anything that he's done. So yeah, I'm really not looking forward to that one.
You excited
There's
for
there's
Irish you excited for Irish Wish with Lindsay Lohan?
I don't care about that, but we'll probably watch it anyway. Um,
Yes.
I don't know. What's some other ones I'm like really not looking
It's
forward
supposed to
to?
be it's an upcoming American fantasy rom-com.
Cool, can't wait. Um, oh, Arthur the King with Mark Wahlberg. That looks hilariously bad. I'm not excited for that.
I
Um,
hope I mean, I actually didn't mind his movie The Family Plan. I thought it was
it was okay.
I thought it was a way better assassin one than Roleplay.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it
Roleplay
wasn't.
was just like Kaylee Cuoco looked like she did not wanna be there.
Yeah, it was bad. Um, didn't like that one. I mean, I'm sure there's other ones I can say, but right now, probably Imaginary is the one is the answer I will give for least anticipated.
Yeah.
I actually saw ISS. It's very good. It's very good. It's a very different movie than I expected it to be, but very edge of your seat type thriller. Has a really, it's like one of those movies where like it has a really simple premise, but like it's one that like you can easily like kind of like just like lock into and really just kind of like grips you. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's a very different film than I expected it to be. I kind of went in thinking this is just going to be a generic space movie, and it's definitely a little bit more than that.
I
So
really want to see that one, and Emily and I were actually just talking about it when we saw Night Swim the other night. The other day, she's like, she really wants to see it, and so yeah, her and I probably will see it at some point.
yeah. I mean, I think the obvious answer is Matthew Perry. That one just
Yeah,
like kind
Matthew Perry for sure.
of like
Just because
that was
like
definitely
that was just a very like nostalgic feeling too. Because he like since Friends was like a big show, even if I didn't,
yeah.
even though I never saw the whole show like throughout my years, but um like I've seen a bunch of episodes and like he's been in like 17 again and other things that I watched. So it's like that one's definitely one that really hit you because just like the nostalgic feeling and just oh god, that was
Well,
terrible.
also just knowing like the suffering he had been dealing with and things like
Yeah.
that, like, and that he was
Mhm.
like, he had turned his life around and all that stuff. Like, it's just
Yeah.
sad. It's just
Yeah,
really sad.
exactly. Oh yeah.
So, okay, favorite horror 2023. Easy for me, Talk to Me. I think Talk to Me is a horror
It's
classic,
a great one.
honestly. I really love that film a lot. It takes a very unique approach to the possession genre and kind of like does something completely different with it. Almost treats it like a drug, which I think is really cool the way they went about it. So yeah, I mean, Sophie, and you want to talk about breakup performances? Sophia Wilde in that movie is
Yes,
incredible.
yes.
I
And she was
definitely want to see.
fantastic.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah,
watch
that
her
was
show, Everything Now.
we
I've
need
heard she's really
to.
great in that. Least favorite horror film, fucking Alone at Night. What was that? Why did we
Oh
watch that? It was
god,
horrible.
yeah, that one was
Um,
bad. I don't even
so
remember it.
yeah,
Also, another really good one was No One Will Save You, just because, ugh,
yeah, that
it's
was
so
great.
fantastic. Like Caitlin Dever
Also,
was
When Evil Lurks is
phenomenal.
really good. I would recommend that one.
Ooh.
Um,
Obviously, my favorite is Run Rabbit Run. No, I'm kidding.
oh yeah, that was great. Not boring at
Or
all.
or Clock.
That one, like, here's the thing with Clock. Clock had me for a little bit, and then
Yeah, it
it just
wasn't
got
bad.
boring, and then the ending
Yeah.
was like literally the most nonsensical bullshit I've ever seen. Like, I
Also,
was
not gonna
legitimately baffled with the way that movie ended.
oh, yeah. Totally
Like the
Killer
directions it went,
and
I was just like, what the hell is this? What are we watching? What are we doing? How do we get here?
yeah. I like Totally Killer. Knock at the Cabin was pretty good.
Totally Killer was good.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
another least favorite, it's Pet Cemetery Bloodlines.
no, another really bad one is Children of the Corn. Fucking ugh, that one's so bad. Don't watch that. Don't watch Fear either. That one's also terrible. And another really bad one that I'll end on that I don't think anyone's seen. It's called All Fun and Games. It sounds really cool from the premise. Like you have these kids playing like deadly versions of childhood games. It's not. It's not good. It's not good. Yeah.
I had another anxiety attack. I'm okay now, you guys help me through it. Oh,
Well, yes, we are always here to help you through that.
I hope you're
Uh,
okay.
Favorite supporting performance. Ooh, this one's tough. I mean, there's definitely quite a few that will stick out to me. One that I definitely do want to shed some light on because I really don't hear people talk about anymore. Patty LaPone in Beau is Afraid. I mean, just the perfect
I need to
example
see
of
it.
a performance that just like kind of comes out of nowhere, but is like so memorable. That's definitely one that like sticks out to me immediately. I mean, come on, Mark Ruffalo in Poor Things is just amazing. Like so different from anything he's
Oh,
done
so
before,
excited for it.
utilized his talents in a way you have never seen. I know you haven't seen it, but like, my God, he is just insane in that movie. Um, I think I think another one that easily Robert Downey Jr. Oppenheimer that easily comes to mind for that one. That's a great supporting performance, and just again another really unexpected one. Like we knew Robert Downey Jr. was in that movie. I don't think anybody expected the type of performance he gave in that movie, and I think he just really killed it. So yeah, that's
I
another
was
great one for me.
Another great one I just watched May December recently. I would definitely say Charles Melton was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ugh, just
Yeah,
give him
yeah.
so
The
many
fact that
awards.
he is probably getting snubbed is
Ugh.
very upsetting. It's very
Mhm.
upsetting.
'Cause it's like a very fucked up film.
Well, that's not why
Like
I think he gives an amazing performance in that
just
movie.
like the story, like, is very messed up.
Well, it's actually based on true story. I don't know if you knew that, but
Oh, yeah, it is. I think I remember that, yeah.
well, the character names like are different, but it's based like it's very closely based to like an actual like relationship that
Ugh,
was very similar to
um,
that. Um, so Yeah. Um, yeah, a lot of great supporting performances all around. Obviously she's probably winning the Oscar for this, but Divine Joy Randolph and the Holdovers, just amazing. Absolutely incredible work. Seeing the Christmas party, just top notch. Top notch. Um,
let's see, another one, oh, yeah, like, Holt McCallany and, The Iron Claw was amazing.
oh yeah, he was great in that. Um,
He was fantastic, like,
yeah.
this is character
Worst
on point.
supporting performance. I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know. The little girl in Children of the Corn. Listen, I don't like to be mean to children, but my God, that role did not work. She was
Ooh.
wow. That movie's already terrible. She comes in and it just brings the whole movie down. Probably that for me. She was just horrendously bad. Also, going back to Alone at Night. I mean, Paris Hilton in that movie. Jesus Christ,
Oh,
so bad.
no. I haven't seen the
So
movie,
bad.
but
Alone at
yikes.
Night, yes, you did.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about Children of the Corn.
Yeah, that performance is
Alone at
also
Night,
really
oh
bad.
god, yeah, that was, ugh, so bad.
Yeah. But yeah. Also I do have to mention the majority of the cast of Knights of the Zodiac, also terrible. But that's not all supporting. So yeah. Okay. Favorite animated film 2023, Spider-Verse, easily. I don't think there's
Yeah,
any competition there. It's the
same.
movie I saw the most in 2023. It's a movie that I will endlessly be waiting on. Here's the thing. I would have loved for the movie to come out this year, but considering all the shit we heard about like how the animators were like kind of like abused and things like that to like rush the movie out, take all the time you need. Take all the time you need. We don't need the movie to be rushed. We want it to be as good as it can possibly be. We don't
Yeah,
want animators to have like nervous breakdowns writing these, making these films. We want the animation to, you know, look as good as it can, but we also want it to be a peaceful environment for all the animators. So yeah, take as much time as you need on it. I'm so hyped for Beyond the Spider-Verse, but I'm perfectly satisfied with what we got in Across the Spider-Verse for now. Like if we have to wait a few years, it's fine. It sucks, but it's fine. It's fine. Least favorite animated film of 2023. I'm looking at my list right now. I guess I'd say The Amazing Maurice. That was really fucking boring. It's about this. It's about this cat who like befriends a group of rats, and it's boring as hell. Hugh Laurie's pretty good, but like other than that, wow, that movie like nearly put me to sleep. So I'd probably have to say that one for
but yeah,
least favorite animated movie.
Spider-Verse is definitely my number 1 for fave film or animated film. Least favorite from what I've seen, it's actually that one I'm not sure 'cause, I have to go back to my letterbox actually,
Yeah,
'cause there's a lot I have not seen yet.
and you don't really need to because they're not that great. I will say last year was actually a pretty good year for animation though. Like there was very few that I didn't like. Um there really only is like 4 or 5 that I like straight up just didn't like. For the most part though, the majority of animated films that came out last year, pretty solid all around. Definitely one of the better years for animation I've seen in a while. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, Best movie I've seen of all time is All That Jazz. I've talked about it before. I don't really need to go on about it again. Worst movie of all time, Human Centipede 2. I don't think anything's ever gonna top
Ooh.
that. I watched that movie with my friends, and I was literally like stunned so much to the point where I did not talk for like a solid 2 hours. It was
Oh
that
my
bad.
god. I
It was
have
that
to see
bad. Just the things I saw in that
I'm
movie, I will never unsee. And I listen, I'm willing to give any movie a chance. I don't think I could ever put myself through Human Centipede 3. After the second one, I'm good. I'm
I
good.
still haven't seen it, but I just wanna see it so I can, like, see how ridiculous it is.
It's not even I don't think ridiculous is the right word. It's just really fucking gross and disgusting and
Ew.
vile.
Ooh.
Um, like the things that are in that movie, I can't believe are in that. Um, it just like it makes you so like uncomfortable, but not in a way that like is good that the movie made you feel uncomfortable. It's more so just like, why am I seeing this? Why are we choosing to do this? You know, it's just
Honestly,
ugh.
for best film, like, for me, that's, like, a tough one because there's so many that I love, and literally, oh my god, like, that one I really have to, like, think about.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
worst movie, I mean, Habit's another one I really hated because if you go to my letterbox, oh geez, I gave it literally an F. It was so bad. I hated everything about it.
It
Um,
was a terrible movie.
I honestly, I just want to watch Human Centipede just to see how bad it is,
No.
and then maybe I'll be stunned where I don't talk for 2 hours.
Yeah, good luck if you do, but Jesus, it's no, I wouldn't wish that movie on anybody, honestly.
Ugh.
But yeah, that's probably my answer for that. Okay, favorite Broadway musical. I mean, we saw two. I can't give this
Yeah,
answer. We saw two.
we saw
I
two
love Shucked. I
together.
love Little Shop. I can't give this answer.
I know that, like, least fave, I can't choose because
Yeah,
I just love Broadway shows in general.
yeah.
And we saw 2 together, Shucked and Little Shop last year, and
Even
I
though
mean,
Little Shop's not 2023, but I'll count it because we saw it then.
yes. I mean, Shucked was just amazing because it was just so funny, it was, like, a very new, but
Yeah,
then Little Shop is just a classic, so I mean, that's, like,
yeah.
a tough question, both of them.
Yeah, and I mean, I did want to, as a little aside, mention that I'm very excited that Shucked is getting a movie adaptation. I think that's definitely like the right kind of
Yes, me
show
too.
to do that with. My only real concern, I will say, I don't know how well some of the jokes will translate. I think that shows like that's literally one of those shows where like it's so quippy and funny and you kind of like miss
Mhm.
things. But I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of it works because of the comedic timing, but also like the
Mhm.
audience. And I
Yeah.
don't know if it's gonna work as well, like it's gonna work as well like translated to film. But I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll
there's definitely
see.
ways around it. Like there's definitely ways they can make it work. It's just really gonna come down to the execution. But I'm very
Mhm.
excited to see how that turns out and what
Oh, me
cast they
too.
end up getting for that. I
Oh,
will
yeah.
say, get Alex Newell back for Lulu. Like
Please.
I generally can't see anybody else playing that except them. So
Same.
like just get them. Like generally just get them. It's like getting Renee Rapp for Mean Girls. Like just get them.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I'm so excited to see Shucked on the big screen. It's gonna be amazing. I hope people but yeah, with the comedy and everything, I hope it does well. Thank you.
yeah, I hope it works. So
Yeah,
we'll
me
see.
too.
Yeah. Um Yeah, okay, favorite musical. This one's a little easier to answer. Favorite musical that I've seen. Um, of all the ones I've seen, that's tough. I've seen a lot. I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, Billy Elliot's one that always comes to mind. I love that show a lot, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about. Newsies is obviously one that comes to mind that I saw. I'm always gonna have a love for Shrek the Musical. That's just always a show that I'm gonna have a soft spot for. It was the first ever Broadway show I saw. Um, I mean, I guess the only like bad one I saw was Spider-Man. That was terrible. So I mean, I guess I'll say that because Spider-Man sucked. But yeah, all the other shows I've seen I've liked. So
Yeah, I've only seen a few Broadway shows.
oh,
I
I have a
mean,
better answer. I have a better answer. Love Never Dies. Terrible. Absolute trash.
oh, yeah. So the very first Broadway show I saw was Waitress with my mom when I went to New York the first time, which was just fantastic. And I bought the current one with Sarah Bareilles on my Apple TV. So I'm currently watching that. Not right the second, but
Oh, as we're doing
lovely.
this?
So I'll always have a soft spot for Waitress as it is my first Broadway show I saw. But then Hamilton was just fantastic. Like I just adore Hamilton so much. When I saw that with Emily,
Yeah.
I was just so excited. That was just phenomenal. I love it so much. And it's a big show too.
It's a
Very
big
expensive.
show.
And then seeing Little Shop and Shucked with You is amazing. Ugh. Honestly, I cannot say a favorite or worse. Like, I love them all so much.
My all-time favorite's Catch Me If You Can, but I haven't seen it. It's more so like based on like the cast recording. So that's the answer I'll give for that one.
I probably will watch Cat soon, just so I can at least see it.
God, ugh, good luck. I don't hate the Broadway show. I actually kind of like the Broadway show, but the movie, that's might have ruined the musical movie genre forever. Honestly, might have.
I like Taylor
So
Swift's song. I like Taylor Swift singing McCavity and Beautiful Ghost.
I don't. She doesn't sing "Beautiful Ghost" in the movie.
Well, no, but like I like the
I do prefer
song.
her cover though, because the person who sings it is terrible.
Oh God.
Um, okay, favorite lead acting performance of 2023. Emma Stone, Poor Things. Easy for me. Easy for me. The lengths that she goes in that movie just to replicate a like having the brain of a toddler of a child is like insane. Like you can watch what's so good about it is that her trajectory of that role, like watching it in the beginning when she is not talking much and she really just isn't like understanding things. And then throughout the movie, becoming more and more aware of her surroundings and understanding more about herself and growing more independent. It's just like, my God, like I've seen that movie twice now. It's easily the best lead performance of 2023. Like she is my pick for best actress. I think Lily Gladstone is probably winning, but for me, I mean, I really want Emma Stone to win. I think she gave the best performance of 2023. Least favorite acting performance in 2023. That one is definitely a little bit harder. Just because like there were some bad performances last year, but I don't know if it's just because I'm softening like as a like movie critic, but like there's not a lot of like terrible acting performances that like really stuck out to me as like, oh, this was horrible. Okay, actually, no, I'm lying. Unfortunately, I would have to say with McKenna in Knights of the Zodiac, yikes. Listen, I know that he's an actor, but he did not fit that role at all. I thought he was like completely just like unconvincing, very poor acting. Probably him. That was a really horrible performance. So I'd probably go with that.
I'm honestly so excited to see Poor Things. Like, I just want to see it so bad. I'm so sad it wasn't in my theater. But I'm honestly like I'm trying to figure out what my favorite lead performance was of 2023. From what I've seen, well, so far from just like a little bit of what I've seen for Killers, I thought Little Gladstone's very good so far. I haven't seen the whole movie yet. I will later.
Yeah.
And then the main characters of Past Lives were great.
Well, Credibly, yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. I absolutely like loved Rachel Ziegler and Hunter Schafer in Hunger Games.
Well, Hunter Schafer was supporting, but yeah.
Yeah. They were just fantastic. I don't really have like a favorite. There's just so many. It's like really hard to choose.
Yeah, for
But
me, like Emma Stone's like before Emma Stone, I would have probably said like before Emma Stone, I probably would have said honestly, I don't know who I would have said. I don't know who I would have said for like favorite lead acting performance, but once I saw Poor Things, it's like, oh yeah, that's the best.
I'm so
Like
hyped for that one.
there's no question about it for me. I'm surprised you didn't say Zac Efron. I thought you would have said
Oh
Zac
yeah,
Efron.
I mean,
Uh,
actually, oh yeah, maybe that's true. Zac Efron is definitely like fantastic in the Iron Claw, and like he really should be up for lead actor.
yeah.
Just like his emotions and everything he had to go through to get for this role
Hmm.
was just phenomenal. And oh, I love that movie so much, and it was just so emotional.
Right. Yeah. Least favorite. I don't know.
And like literally at the end of the movie, like oh, that part always gets to me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's incredible in that. What would you say for least favorite?
Ooh, I don't even. Oh God, I don't even know. That's a tough one.
Hmm.
I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Let me think of ones we've seen together. Um, Probably someone from Alone at Night. Maybe Ashley Benson, Alone at Night. She was really bad in that.
I mean, everything about that was just not good.
Yeah.
Let me just look at my letterbox. I guess most of the people, except for Sophia in Rebel Moon,
Yeah.
also Kaylee Cuoco in Role Play, bad.
That was this year.
I mean, yeah, but ugh, bad. So technically, it came out. It says 2023 on Letterbox, though.
That's incorrect.
It's funny,
It was probably like a screening or something.
probably.
Where did it come out in 2020? That's not correct. It did not come out. It came out in 2024. Where did it come out?
It's so weird. Let's see. Oh, Jackson White in Pet Cemetery Bloodlines was
Ah,
bad.
probably him. He was
He was
terrible.
he was stiff wooden, just terrible.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to look through all the like bad reviews that we have and such. I guess most of everyone in the Meg too. That one was bad.
Oh God. Ugh.
Mostly everything in Choose Love. That movie was bad.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Just like a lot of the bad people or bad films.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Um, Best TV show 2023 is The Bear, easily. The
Hell
Bear.
yeah.
That's the
Best
one
show
that
for
like
me, The Bear and The Last of Us.
yeah, I would probably agree with that. Also,
Worst
I do
thing?
want to give a shout out to nobody talks about Mrs. Davis on Peacock. Blew
Oh,
me
yes.
away. Damon
That's a great
Lindelof does
one.
not miss. So yeah, I would definitely say Mrs. Davis as well is one that I really loved. Worst show 2023, easy. The Idol. Nothing
Oh,
was
yeah.
worse than The Idol.
The Idol's terrible. We'll obviously talk more in our review for it. What else? Say Next was pretty bad. Secret Invasion was terrible. Let's see what else was bad. Um, Citadel wasn't very good.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that show. But
Mm,
yeah, no, I didn't hate any show except The Idol in 2023, and I didn't hate any show more than The Idol in 2023. So yeah, it's got to be that, which deeply disappoints me because I was really excited for it. But my God, what that show turned out to be is not great, not great to say the least. So
yeah.
very bad.
Also, I'm just eating a burrito right now.
Okay. Favorite voice acting performance of 2023. Probably Shamik Moore across the Spider-Verse. I mean, just the what he does with that character, I thought
Oh
was
yeah.
just really great. I mean, Haley
Mhm.
Steinfeld also was amazing in that
I'd say
movie.
those two.
Um,
They were just
so
fantastic.
Yeah, and probably anyone from Across the Spider-Verse. Although I will also say another really great voice performance in 2023 is Chloe Grace Moretz in Nimona. Amazing. Just
Oh
incredible
yeah, yeah.
casting, does a great job in that film. Um yeah,
She's a good
really,
one.
really great performance all around.
Oh yeah.
Also, oh, how dare we forget Bradley Cooper in Guardians 3 gives the best
Oh yeah.
performance as Rocket. It's
Oh yeah.
incredible. So
She was
yeah,
great.
one of those for sure. Okay, we already kind of touched upon this earlier, but definitely How I Met Your Father and iCarly probably hit us the
Mhm.
hardest. I'm still just in. Oh, also Shining Vale. Oh my God, how do I forget Shining Vale? Another show that ends on such a
Oh, I
massive
know.
cliffhanger. How do you cancel it there?
Oh, I
How?
know.
Like
I'm so annoyed. I wish something would pick that up too, like, literally, ugh.
those three probably hit me the hardest in terms of
Me too.
cancellations.
Oh,
So
same. Those are
I would
yeah,
probably say that.
iCarly. I'm so sad about iCarly and How I Met Your Father and Sunnyvale being canceled. Like, after all these cliffhangers, like, please, just pick them up, something, please.
Yeah, yeah. Those are probably the ones that stick out the most. I mean, yeah, Schmigadoon was canceled, but like to be honest, like I said this on Twitter, I'm not really upset that that one was canceled because I feel like they ended it on in a place where it's like, okay, it can end here. Like I don't
Yeah,
have a problem with it ending there at all. Does it suck that
true.
Cinco wrote season 3? Yes, but even he said like I didn't think we were getting picked up. I just wrote it just in case. Like that's why he
Mhm.
did that.
Yeah.
So I'm not really upset that that one's canceled. Like, yeah, it's sad to see it go, but at least that ended on a note where it's like, okay, fine, it can end there. The other three shows we're talking about, not the case. Oh, also, Grease Rise of the Pink Ladies. I'm not happy that was canceled. I like that show a lot. I think
I
that had a
know,
lot
me
of potential.
too. That one was so
So
good.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, probably those. I mean, the Barbie movie is just one of the best movies of 2023. It's one of the most rewatchable films of 2023. I had a lot of hope going into that, knowing Greta Gerwig was directing it and Noah Baumbach was writing, and it very much lived up to what I wanted. It does a great job, I think, of showing what's great about Barbie, but also showing maybe some of the downsides of Barbie and showing, how Barbie has maybe negatively impacted society and things like that. I think just in general, it was just a really great film. I've seen it twice now. Definitely do want to see it a third time. Very happy that it's, racking up awards. I don't think it's winning anything at this point, except for best song, but really great film all around. So
Oh, Barbie is literally, like, one of my favorite movies of last year for sure, and, ugh, like, it was just fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I saw it twice in theater with Emily and then her friend Michaela the first time, and then the second time with Geet and Shreya, and then I bought it on my Apple TV, so I've seen it 3 times now. It's so rewatchable, it's just phenomenal, and, like, Barbie was definitely also, like, my favorite toy growing up too, so that was
mhm.
also a big
Yeah.
thing, and just Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling just absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
Same with America Ferrera, like,
Yeah.
ugh, like, her monologue was just amazing and beautiful
Yeah.
and inspirational, and Ariana Greenblatt was great too,
Yeah.
and, like, everybody did such a phenomenal job in that movie, and I just
Yeah.
love it so much, and I'll never get tired of it.
Oh yeah, it's very rewatchable. All right, Trolls Band Together. Obviously I
Well, I'll
never
start and say that I have not seen that one.
yeah. I mean, I will say for a while it kind of had me. I'm not gonna lie. This is the first Trolls movie of the three where it's like, okay, this might actually be kind of good. And then it just does what a Trolls movie does, where it just feels underwritten and there's plot points. Like suddenly Camilla Cabello comes out of nowhere and she becomes like a prominent character, but like we never really get much of anything with her. It almost feels like they just did it so Poppy has something to do because this one's like very focused on Branch, which in hindsight is sucks because Justin Timberlake sucks, but that's a whole different story. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. Better Place keeps playing at my work, so that's something. It's probably
That's
the
funny.
least bad of the three. None of them are bad. Like, I don't hate the Trolls movies. I just think they're just very flawed and really not that memorable. The third one's probably the best of the three, but I still didn't like it all that much. So yeah, it almost had me, but it still didn't fully win me over. I liked what they did with like Branch and like his brothers, though. I thought there was some good stuff there. But again, just these movies, like the stories just really aren't that great. The characters aren't super well written. The message is always like forced down your throat. Yeah, nothing really that different with this one. So yeah, it was okay. You can answer this next question while I go turn on the light because DoorDash is coming. Woo!
Ooh. Upcoming Netflix movies and shows are you most anticipated to watch in 2024?
Hitman.
Let's see. Four. Let's Netflix films and shows in 2024. What I'm excited for. I mean, we have to finish Fool Me Once. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's like that one's good, but it's also like very like it gives very soap opera vibes, like with the
Yeah,
acting.
that's my thing. It's
Um,
not really my thing so far.
let's see. Coming out. Let's see. Um,
The thing is, it's hard to say because like Netflix is the
yeah,
thing I hate about Netflix is that they're so bad at they're
promoting.
so bad at like telling you when things are coming out. They don't tell you until like a month before. That's why I'm really happy that Hitman, they said this is coming out in June. They get the hype early, they get the promotion out early for it. People start to get more excited. People know it's coming out. They're not just going to bury it like that. That tells me that they are actually putting some modicum of effort into it, which is good. They don't do that for a lot of their films. The one
Yeah,
I am really excited for is Orion in the Dark, and that's because Charlie Kaufman is writing it.
I am
So I'm really
excited for.
excited for.
I am excited for Girls Five Eva season 3. Hopefully, it's good.
Yeah, I hope that's good.
And I'm
Um,
hoping. I hope Irish Wish is good. I'm excited for that with our girl Lilo.
Yeah. Oh, this Ripley show that
Oh
they
yeah,
just showed
yeah,
the
that.
trailer for. I'm very intrigued, especially
Me
after
too.
seeing Andrew Scott and All the Strangers. I'm very excited to see how this turns out. I don't know much about it, but what I've seen in the marketing, I'm here. Oh, how can we forget? I never finished it, but Arcane season 2 comes out this year.
You need to finish that. It's so good.
I know, but that's definitely up there for ones I'm excited for.
Also
Um,
excited. I mean, hopefully Rebel Moon Part 2 is good. We'll see because the first
yeah,
one was
part
not
one did
great.
not do it for me,
No.
but yeah.
Bridgerton
Um,
season 3 part 2. I need to watch the whole show.
but
Um,
yeah, I can't say I'm excited for that because I haven't seen it.
yes, excited for Hitman.
Oh, his three daughters, I'm also really excited for. I've
Oh,
heard good things
yes,
about that
I'm
one.
so excited for that one too.
Yeah. Um, heard a lot about that at like TIFF last year. But yeah, I would probably say right now Orion in the Dark and Hitman for movies. And then also Spaceman with Adam Sandler looks amazing. I can't wait for that.
Ooh.
I'm very excited for that movie. I'm hopeful for the Avatar show, but I'm also like skeptical, obviously, because like Last Airbender. But I feel like they know what they're doing here. So like I definitely am excited for that. Um, but yeah, we'll have to see. Um, all right. I really loved Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I will say I am of the opinion that it should have been two movies. Absolutely. It cuts off at a point where it should have ended, and then it goes on for like another 50 minutes, and it kind of feels like a different movie. But yeah, I really liked it a lot. I thought that they did a really good job of kind of showing how President Snow became the way that he did, but also kind of like telling this story about like the early workings of the Hunger Games and how it became what it is. The cast was like really good, especially like Tom Blythe and Rachel Zegler. So yeah, I was definitely a really big fan of that one.
Oh, me too. That was such a great movie, and I need to watch. I need to read the book. And I love that movie honestly, and it was just and like the music in it, I just adore so much, and I just love the Hunger Games movies in general. So I just really enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. I think this is a good question for Allie.
Well, would you want to kiss any of them?
I mean, I don't know. They're cool. They're all cool, I guess.
Kevin's like, I'll kiss Taylor Swift.
Or I don't know if Travis Kelce would like that, but yeah.
I mean, Taylor's like my idol. She's my favorite person. And then, so I mean, I definitely want to hug her. And then Olivia, I love her too. So I'd love to hug her. Billie Eilish is cool too. So I mean, I'd love to hug all of them.
Yeah, Billie Eilish is the best of the three, so probably her.
The other, no, Taylor Swift is the best.
Well, in my opinion, Billie Eilish, but yes.
Mm.
I don't know why do we need another Descendants? Like we're done with this. Like what
I
else
don't
do
think
we
I
need to
can.
do?
I don't think I can watch. I mean, I've seen at least one of them, or maybe two. I don't know. I've seen at least one. I don't really remember it,
They're
but
all bad.
I just don't know
But
why there's a fourth. But maybe I'll do a full like watch of all four. I don't
the
know.
only thing that has me somewhat excited is that Brandy and Paolo are coming back from like, Cinderella 1997. But like I don't care. We'll see how it
Yeah.
is, but I'll probably watch it just because I watched the first three.
Ugh.
But I don't care. Oh, Dara Renee is also in it, so there's that.
Oh shit!
But
Yes, Queen.
I don't really care. Yeah, CW is literally not what it used to be at all. Now it's just a bunch of like Canadian shows and also like
I mean,
UK
nothing wrong with
shows.
Canadian shows.
It is when it's the only thing you have. They don't have any original
And then they also,
programming.
and then they'll also just put like only superhero shows or something too.
No, all the superhero shows are done.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, all the superhero shows are done. Riverdale is done. Like they literally have no programming of their own now. So it's really weird, like what's going on. Like now they're just gonna be called CW, which like why is that what you're changing the name to? Why is that you're rebranding? Um, it's just really strange all around. So I don't know what's going on over there, but yeah, they completely just dismantled that network. And I don't know if it's because they just thought people aren't watching these shows anymore. These shows aren't doing us any good. But like if you're gonna do an overhaul like that, you need to kind of like give us an idea of what your new programming is gonna be. And all they've given us are Canadian and like UK imports, and that's just not good enough. So yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. It's really weird.
Yeah,
Um,
CW has just been like I used to love the CW. Like I used to well,
oh,
One Tree
same.
Hill. One Tree Hill. I used to well, One Tree Hill I got into when I was in my 20s.
Yeah,
But like back in the day, I used to love like Vampire Diaries, Gossip Girl, 90210, things like that.
yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely went like way downhill.
Yeah, I mean, now they literally have no, like I said, they have no programming of their own now. It's all just like Canadian shows. They literally, I'm not even joking. They literally are now airing a Hallmark show that aired in like 2020 because they have nothing
Why?
to show. Like some random Hallmark show that like
It's so weird.
Ride or something. Yeah. They're showing that on there now.
Oh
So
my
yeah, they have
god.
like they have nothing going for them. Um
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, I feel like teen dramas already made a comeback at this point. Like
Oh yeah, they are.
they're always gonna be there. They're not really my thing anymore, but when they're good,
I
I'll acknowledge that they're good.
like I
Um,
feel like School Spirits is like getting into the teen dramas and stuff. So I thought that was like very like Pretty Little Liars like
yeah.
last year.
And that's
So
one
I
they
think
absolutely could put on network television if they wanted to. So
yeah.
like, yeah,
So
I think
I think so too.
they'll definitely make a comeback at some point. Um, I'm loving Percy Jackson so far.
Me too.
I think it's the perfect way to like adapt a property and like really just like, do what you can to its fullest potential. Like I think they're doing a great job of diving into the lore. I love our three characters. All three actors are fantastic. It's a show I look forward to watching every single week. I'm really enjoying it so far.
Oh yeah, me too. Like I just think it's a very consistent show too. It's
Yeah,
just like it's very like consistent in the way The Curse was. Like they're just very good. Like I don't there's
very
like no
different shows, but yes.
yeah, but like just like in the way that like they're both all the episodes I like. Like there's nothing I really dislike.
Yeah.
They're just like obviously there's episodes that are better than others, but like I don't dislike any of them. And I just think it's just a very consistent show. And then the characters are very likable too.
hmm Um, what's even coming on to Hulu this year? Like, I don't have an answer to this.
Hulu
Let me go on
2024.
Wikipedia real quick and look.
Everything coming on Hulu, and that's February. I mean, 3 underrated 2020. Oh, that's 23. Let's just see everything coming in February.
Oh, okay. Well, there's the Alien show. If that comes out this year, I'm very excited for that. So that's one. What is Under the Bridge? I don't know what that is. So the Riley Keough, okay. Washington Black, what is this? I wish I had an answer. I don't know what's really coming out on Hulu in 2024. So
yeah, we'll have to see. I mean,
hopefully there's
if the Bear season 3 will it be coming out 2024?
yeah, obviously that, yeah.
But that's if they come out this year, it's probably not going to be till like the fall or winter.
Yeah, because they're probably shooting it right now. So
I think it's starting to film either February or March.
Yeah, we'll see. If the other Black Girl comes back this year, also I'm looking forward to that because I really like that
that's
show.
a good one. I like
And
that
then
one.
Only Murders, if that comes back this year.
Hell yeah.
Look forward to that. Very happy that was renewed. I was very worried. I'm very happy that got renewed. So
that one was pretty obvious though, because it is very popular.
Never know what's been happening lately.
True.
So, but yeah, I don't know. You really kind of stumped me on that one, Terrell. I don't watch a lot. I don't know what's coming out on Hulu. So
I know, right? We'll have to see. We'll have to do
the
like another
worst
Q&A.
Disney Channel show that I've seen is probably what the hell was that show that I watched with my friends? That was really bad. Oh, Coop and Cammy Save the World. Fucking terrible. Ask the World. That one is horrible. The intro is one of the worst intros to any show I've ever seen. Yeah, it's got to be that one. That's like, yeah, so bad. That's probably my answer.
Worst Disney Channel show? That's a tough one, actually. I'd have to like think about that one.
Yeah.
Because there's some that I've obviously like, the last really good one I watched was probably Sunny with a Chance. Shake It Up was okay.
I didn't like that show.
Jessie was I wasn't very big
Jesse's
fan either.
terrible.
So from what I've seen, I mean, I haven't seen much of like Austin and Ally.
Yeah, it was all right from what I've seen.
I'd probably maybe Jessie. I'd probably say that.
Yeah. I mean, we know your answer.
Mine would definitely be The Bold Type. When I was on, I love that show. And then Pretty Little Liars was like my throwback show. Like that was like my favorite back in the day. Love that one. And then let's see what else. Make It or Break It. I haven't seen the whole thing, but that one was good. Cruel Summer. We need to finish season 2. Even if it's not coming back, we still need to finish season 2. Switch to Birth I've actually never seen. Shadowhunters I stopped watching after a while. I don't know why. I just lost track, but it was good. Praise Petey we never finished. That was good though. But yeah, if I had my top, Famous in Love wasn't bad. The two, but I'd say the best ones are The Bold Type and Pretty Little Liars.
I mean, I don't really watch these kind of shows anymore, but Single Drunk Female is pretty good. I like that. That's another show I wish wasn't canceled.
Yeah, that one too.
You know, I'd probably say that. All right, you can answer the next question because I gotta do something.
Didn't the Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys, and NSYNC and Britney Spears help revitalize the pop music scene in the late 90s? True. They were like huge like when I was growing up, and they're just like huge in that era. And they're still like doing stuff, obviously. And Free Britney, love her so much. She was my first concert when I was 7. Backstreet Boys I've seen twice. When I was, I think, 8 and 12. I've never seen NSYNC or Spice Girls yet, but hopefully I get a chance at some point. But yeah, they're just like iconic and amazing, and just people that will always be a part of me just because I grew up with them. And S Club 7. R.I.P. Paul. But yeah, like I'm such a 90s baby. I was born in 93, so they were just like really big people and big parts of my life growing up. So that's always going to be a big part of me. I'll be right back too, actually. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
One is sandwich 2 is yours. And 1 is mine. Racket. Wow. You get. You got 2 like fries. No, we only get 1 each. Oh, let's get 1. No. You got a lot of broth. That's why profit's so much. That's why we don't. That's why we usually get $70. That's why we usually get 1 more fry. No, I just. Like fries. You're very sweet. You know what you're for? Yeah.
Thank you, honey. Oh, I feel like a tickle on my. Come on.
Okay. I am back. Great. But yeah, going back to Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys, and Sync and Britney, just I adore them so much, and obviously seeing 2 of the Spice Girls on The Circle was awesome and so much fun and just so nostalgic. And I love to see them, and like, I'd love to see them live one time. Obviously, I'd see Backstreet Boys again, and Sync. I'd love to see Brit. I'd love to see her again because obviously I was 7 when I saw her, so it'd be fun to see her like as a almost 31-year-old. Because I'll be 31 on February 6th. But yeah. I will continue until Kevin's back.
Kevin.
I just read something that says Sydney Sweeney will be in Hot One. Tune in Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Holy shit, yes! That's so exciting. I am so excited.
Can do
I love hearing his background sound. That's so hilarious. What was the last? Oh, actually, like Cartoon Network. What was the last good Cartoon Network show you saw? Oh god, I don't even remember. I mean, Total Drama. Anything with Pokemon stuff, probably those. I mean, and some Powerpuff Girl stuff back in the day too, but that's probably it. Last things for me. But yeah, going back to this one. Like I'm such a 90s baby, so those are like very important to me. And like when I was 5, I used to watch Spice World on VHS all the time. I would since I would always like I would always like grab a sucker, like a lollipop, and just to be like Baby Spice. It was so cute when I watched Spice World.
I don't have
Hello.
any opinion on this.
You never listened to any of them? Also, I did my
mean-
answer for the next question.
Okay. I was grabbing dinner.
I loved overhearing your background sounds.
Oh, what'd you hear?
Just like bits and pieces about your parents or your mom would say.
Oh.
It was funny.
Okay. So
But yeah,
where
what
were we?
was the last good show or last good Cartoon Network show you saw?
I don't know, total drama. I don't know.
Yeah, I said total drama things, Pokemon stuff, the Powerpuff Girls stuff. I don't know.
When is the new show coming to Cartoon Network? Because that's why I haven't watched it.
I do not know. Favorite guilty pleasure movie?
The Room. Easy.
I would say like last 5 years is a big one.
That's not guilty pleasure.
Well, I mean, kind of, but it's sad, but like it's just because it's such a good movie. What else? Anything that I love, like throwback 2000s movies, I love watching as guilty pleasures. Like I watch those with Emily a lot, and things like that. We watch a lot of like throwbacks together. So things like that,
I don't
like
know, my definition of guilty pleasure is just a bad movie that makes me laugh.
Well, I'd say like yeah, favorite guilty pleasures for me would be like Mary Kay and Ashley or like Sleepover or anything like that. Like just like things I grew up with that are throwbacks. And like Pitch Perfects, like I love those so much. Favorite comedy movie of 2023 and least fave?
I mean, I guess I have to say Poor Things because that's a comedy. So, if it's not Poor Things, I would probably say The Holdovers and Barbie are definitely there as well.
Yeah.
But like regular comedies, Joyride.
I would say No Hard Feelings, Joyride, Barbie. Yeah, those ones for sure. Love them. Least fave, oh god, Ghosted. That was bad.
Oh yeah, oh, horrible.
That one was some other faves. Bottoms, Theater Camp, love those.
Yes.
Another bad one, Robots. Also, the Good Burgers were good. Oh, speaking of The Machine, I just came across that one. Yesterday I was at work and a patron was like, "Do you know or was asking me like what machine or whatever to like change a bill, like change the $100 bills for like 20s." And then Lyndon at the bar was like, "She's the machine" or whatever. So I'm like so now I'm the machine.
Yes,
I
you
am
are.
I am now Bert Kreischer.
Sure. All right. Favorite rom-com movie of
I will say The Machine was not a terrible movie. It was just very
okay.
average. Ooh,
Yeah, favorite rom-com movie of 2023. I mean, I want to say No Hard Feelings, but that's not really a rom-com. So like I don't know.
I would have to say Anyone But You.
Yeah, I guess I'd probably say that one. So
That one was great. I love
also,
it.
I mean, I guess Fremont is technically a romantic comedy because of
Yeah,
that ending.
that one was good too.
So. Oh, also Bottoms. Bottoms is definitely a romantic comedy.
Oh yeah.
So, You Hurt My Feelings.
Somebody I used to know is really good too.
Yeah, You Hurt My Feelings is also really good.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Oh yeah. Least favorite. I mean, Love in Taipei was just very average. I would obviously say again, Ghosted. Least favorite.
Least favorite for me is easily Ghosted.
Oh, it's so bad.
Also, Your Place or Mine was not good.
Yeah, that one was bad too.
Yeah. So, okay. The Boys, definitely.
I need to finish The Boys. Like I need to finish season 2 and 3. Because I've only seen season 1, but I need to watch that. But definitely excited for season 4 when that's out.
Yeah.
What else is coming out to Amazon Prime?
Again, it's so hard to tell when they just drop things out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the Roadhouse movie with like the Roadhouse movie with like Jake Gyllenhaal looks really good.
Oh yeah. Also, when I went to type in Amazon Prime 2024, I put 201/24.
No, I don't think that's gonna help much.
No. Thoughts
I don't
about
know.
Phineas
I don't have much of an answer. Oh, I'm very excited for this.
Me
Phineas and
too.
I watched quite a bit as a kid. I know it ended, but like it's definitely a show where like you can always bring it back. There's always other days and during their summer vacation that we haven't seen. So yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, me too. It's such a nostalgic show too. So it's just like
Yeah.
I feel like it's just gonna be a very warm, feel good show that we just watch to put us in a good mood.
That's a Disney Channel show I will watch.
Yes.
I don't think it's worth mentioning because they're going to be canceled. So moving on.
Fair, honestly. Because they're really bad with like Max originals these days.
Yeah, like they literally have like nothing at this point. Because almost all of them just end up getting canceled. And it's, like what's even the point? Because here's the thing. If we're talking HBO, obviously they have a lot of stuff to be excited for, but like Max Originals, they've canceled the majority of them. So like what am I even supposed to get excited for at this point? I don't even know if it's gonna last.
Yeah.
So,
We'll
it's
see.
just quite I mean, I actually no, obvious answer. The Dune show, Dune Prophecy.
Ooh, yes,
I'm very
yes.
excited for that. I'm very excited for that. I don't know if that comes out this year, but if it does, Dune Prophecy. Other than that, I have no idea. Oh, the Penguin as well. I'm very excited for the Penguin. I know that's coming out this year. That's based on the Colin Farrell and the Batman. I'm very excited for that. So I'll probably say that.
I mean, I guess Sex Lives of College Girl season 3, but I need to catch up on that. Like I have not watched that show yet, but I need to.
Yeah.
True Detective's really good so far.
That doesn't count. That's HBO.
Oh, yeah, true.
What's
Okay.
what's coming onto Peacock this year? I don't know.
I know, right? It's like tough because you never know.
So I can't answer that. And then Disney Plus. I mean, I think if Andor comes back this year, but I don't know if it
Yes.
does.
We'll probably do like a full, like when Kevin rewatches that, we're probably gonna do like a big review for that, like a separate review
Yeah.
from from the rest of
Yeah.
our shows from last year.
Yeah. I don't know what's coming on to Paramount Plus. So
Pick up How I Met Your Father.
that was already on Paramount Plus. Oh wait, no, it wasn't. That was on.
No, that was How I
Hulu.
Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
I farted so strong. That's
Nice.
cool. That's cool, I
Nice.
guess. Nice. Good for you. How do you feel about the rise of free ad-supported streaming services like Tubi and Pluto TV? I don't have Pluto, but Tubi's cool. Sometimes I'll check and see what's on there, and just like if I just feel like watching some random movie or something. Like sometimes I'll just go to Tubi and see what's up, see what's happening, see what's there. But yeah, I don't really go on it much, but it's cool. And obviously we don't like. I mean, obviously it's nice not having ads.
Yeah. I don't like ads. I mean, I'm fine with Tubi. I just like the thing I hate about Tubi is like most of the time I'm not watching good movies on Tubi, so there's that. But I can't imagine watching a really good movie on Tubi and you're in the middle of a really great scene and then they just cut to like a fucking Tide commercial or something. So yeah, not a fan of Tubi. I mean, I think it's good that like they are putting out like a lot of movies that like other people wouldn't see. But overall, like, I don't really care. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand what Stars is doing these days, just canceling everything, it seems.
Yeah, that's
They
bad.
canceled Shining Vale, they canceled Minx, who's still watching Power at this point. So they have Outlander, so there's that.
What are they doing? Like I'm trying to think of what would pick up Shining Vale if they can.
I don't know.
Maybe Apple?
Maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe even HBO?
I don't know.
We'll see.
To answer your question with Apple TV Plus, easily Severance.
Oh yes, Apple
If
TV
that comes
Plus.
back this year, that's definitely my most anticipated.
They have such good stuff. Trying to think what else is coming out this year. Then, I mean, obviously there's some stuff we still have yet to watch. Like, I mean, I need to I need to watch the things we need to watch. We need to watch Ted Lasso. I've only seen like a bit of episode 1 or 2.
Seen it at all.
A morning show I've seen bits of, but I need to finish. I need to like watch the whole thing. Slow Horses we need to watch. Criminal Record we're gonna start.
Yeah.
Blackbird we need to finish. And then obviously excited for Severance season 2. Like Apple TV Plus has a lot of great things.
They really do. Very, very overlooked streaming service, I feel like.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you have not gotten Apple TV, you should, because they have a lot of good stuff over there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they don't have any library content, but like they have a lot of good streaming stuff or a lot of good original stuff. So definitely look into that. Okay. Favorite limited series of 2023 is Mrs. Davis. I already talked about it. Nobody really watched it, but like, if you have to ask me right now, what is the best depiction of AI? It's Mrs. Davis. Like, hands down, it's Mrs. Davis. The way they handle AI and just the way that humans are so susceptible to the technology that is obviously harming them is so well done in that show. Betty Gilpin just gives such an amazing performance, and yet they also have this great, like, you know, personal story for her with like her mother and, you know, her husband and things like that. I mean, just such a phenomenal show. Can't recommend that one enough. And then, of course, Beef. I got to mention Beef as well. Yeah. That's another really great one. So I would say either Beef or Mrs. Davis for the best. Worst limited series, Saint Axe. Like, it's so boring. It goes nowhere. By the time you get to, like, what actually happened, you're just like, why even waste my time with this show? So that's my answer with that.
Yeah, best for me. I mean, yeah, Mrs. Davis was great. I love Love and Death was great too. I like that one a lot.
That was good.
And also The Crowded Room. I love that one as well. Especially like the first couple episodes were very hit or miss, but like once it got like the middle and the end, oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's see what else was there. Lessons in Chemistry was fantastic too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. And then least, oh god, The Idol and Saint X, so bad. I literally, oh god, you name it, they're bad. There's only like Saint X only had a few like redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the rise of AI and modern technology?
Stupid. I hope it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I think it's dumb. It's stupid. Like, it's just, we don't need more AI. Like, really? Why?
I mean, I think people are focusing too much on the fact that, like, oh, we have this technology. Let's do something with it. But, like, one, it's not going to do what you think it's going to do, because every iteration we've seen, because this is the thing, every time we've seen AI in something, it is so obvious. The Secret Invasion credits, it was obvious.
Yep.
That terrible singer that came out a few months ago, that's like the first AI singer, it's so obvious that she's not a real person and is a robot. That George Carlin comedy special that just came out, obviously AI. Like, the Star Wars trailer that everyone was like hyping up was terrible because it was AI and it felt weird and it just felt like very monotone and just like off-putting. Like, it's not where it needs to be. That's the thing. Like, the technology is not where it needs to be anyway. So there's no point in continuing to like look for the benefits of it. And it's also like, and I hate to say this because I'm like, everyone has said it, but like, technology is never going to do what a human can do. Like, a human is going to be able to make something that is singular and original and is their own vision, and AI is just not there, because AI is just going to be it just kind of be a you know, a sort of like a copy of something that you've seen before. Like that's what AI is going to be. It's going to be like
Basically.
taking something from something else. Like it's just not it's not where it needs to be yet. So no,
Yeah, we don't-
I'm not happy with the
there's no
price of
need
it.
for it.
Yeah, it's really not. Really not. We
Favorite
don't.
least favorite drama.
Oh, favorite drama of 2023. I would probably say for this one, probably Killers of the Flower Moon easily. And
Mm,
Oppenheimer that as well.
ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah,
So,
Oppenheimer is a big one.
um,
Looking.
and then least favorite drama. I mean, it's got to be least favorite drama. Fucking Perfect Addiction was so bad. So I'd probably go with that.
I would say like favorites. I mean, it's a tough one. That's like I like yeah, Oppenheimer's a big one. Reality's great. The Iron Claw, Fair Play, um, etc. There's like so many. Least favorite. Let me check my letterbox. Oh yeah, Perfect Addiction was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably more, but yeah, definitely that one.
Yeah.
Action movies.
Um, Action movie, probably Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
But if we're not counting Spider-Verse, I would say probably Mission Impossible. Oh no, actually Godzilla minus one, I would say for action movies. I would say Godzilla minus one.
Yeah, I would definitely say Spider-Verse.
Guardians.
Yeah, Guardians. I mean, I actually like Fast X.
Yeah, I did too. We're in the
Least
minority, but yeah.
least favorite again, fucking Ghosted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Gotta be that
bad.
one. Oh, actually, no. For me, the worst action movie that I watched last year was a movie called Die Hard. I know you didn't see it, but it was a Quibi show from 2020 that they then decided to sandwich together as a movie. And yeah, it just feels weird. The pacing's off, the writing's off. There's just a lot of easy jokes about Kevin Hart being short and not looking like an action star and things like that.
Like
It's just bad. Like
like,
it's horrible.
terrible. Like, really? Mike Vaccaro
Um,
Jr. asking the important questions. That's
oh
funny.
yeah.
Fast
I
X
mean,
was
you're
only
not
good.
wrong. Honestly, he definitely was a big reason for it being
He
good,
was
but
great.
I don't know. I just felt like it was just fun again. Like they remembered to be
I
fun and
think
not
it
take
was. It was
themselves so
great.
seriously. That's why I
Yeah.
enjoyed Fast X.
Very unserious, but it was just also great. Like, I just thought everyone was like actually did really well in it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
Um,
awards going downhill in recent years due to focusing on memorable and infamous moments rather than the awards themselves?
I mean, I don't think that's the problem. I think it's more so that like we have kind of gone to, I think the best award show I have seen in a few years besides the Emmys that we talked about was what the Tony Awards was last year. And it's because they didn't have all these like phoned in scripted um scripted banter between like two presenters. They didn't have the host going on like endless monologues. It really was just let's focus on the performances and the speeches. And it was better because of it. And obviously, yeah, they couldn't write anything because they were trying to honor the writer strike and things like that. But it made a huge difference because it felt like we're focusing on what's important. So, no, I don't think it's about like focusing on memorable moments. I think it's more so about just remembering like it's not about the presenters, it's about the awards. And I think that's the way to go about it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um I mean, they're always like really sad stories. Like
Those are
I
so
saw
sad.
I was watching a video about like just Jeanette McCurdy's career, and it just makes me really sad
Oh,
what she like
I,
had to go
I,
through and things
I
like
still have to
that.
finish reading the book, but like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking. It's just what she goes through is so
Yeah.
sad.
No, I don't think it could have because it just was never
Oh,
It was
Quibi.
never going to be what they wanted it to be. Like, that's the thing. It was only going to appeal to a very niche audience who, like, you know, people who are like riding a train or something and need something short to watch. Like, that's who was going to appeal to. The pacing always just felt weird in those shows. They're like most episodes were like 1 or 2 scenes, didn't feel like an episode, but it also, you can't call it a movie either because they're releasing them as episodes. So I don't know. It's weird. Like, Quibi was just a really weird concept that I think they just didn't really think through. And I think that's kind of why it turned out the way it did.
Yeah.
We kind of touched upon this before, but talk to me, I would say. I also
Talk
want
to
to mention Beau
Me.
is Afraid is
I need to
fantastic.
watch that one.
Yeah, Beau is Afraid. I mean, I think I watched that like literally the best possible time when I was just like paranoid about stuff.
Yeah, for me, it's
yeah.
like Talk to Me, No One Will Save You, Scream, even though we're kind of iffy with Spyglass right now.
Oh, yeah. Not iffy. We don't like Spyglass.
I mean, we don't like
yeah.
them right now, but
Movie
anyway.
was great, but yeah.
The movie's fantastic.
Well, for me, it's fantastic until the 3rd act, but yes.
Totally Killer. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Least, and then each of your most anticipated films and shows.
I mean, yeah, like I said, for me, Wicked for movies, and I would also say Wicked, and then also for shows. I mean, whenever the bear comes back, probably that, and also Severance.
Yes. If the Bear and Only Murders come back this year, definitely those. Also, yeah, Severance is a big one. Movies, Wicked, Dune, Madam Web, which I hope is good. Furiosa, things like that. Do you remember Miley Cyrus's infamous 2013 VMA performance that overshadowed everything that happened that night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When she danced on a pole, yeah.
Well, that one was when she was like 15. That was like 2008 or 9. But that was like her it was the pole thing wasn't even like her dancing. Like I remember she's literally standing on top of it and she literally went down kind of like once and literally she's only holding on to it so she doesn't fall. I remember people making such a big deal about it. Like literally that was just so she doesn't fall.
Yeah.
It wasn't like actually pole dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see The Blackening and Thanksgiving. I haven't seen those yet.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is a lot of fun. The Blackening I liked as well. Yeah, same. I don't have any faith in Madam Web. Just all the things I'm hearing. The marketing hasn't been good. I just can't get excited for it because it's Sony Marvel. They don't usually end up being good. Venom was terrible. Morbius was terrible. I wouldn't be surprised if this is. And it sucks because like I love Dakota Johnson. I love Sydney Sweeney. I love Celeste O'Connor. Emma Roberts is in it too. So like it's a really good cast, but like
we'll see
good
if the
cast does not mean good movie. So yeah. Well, I don't know if you've seen Suspiria or I don't know if you've seen Suspiria or Bad Times at El Royale. She's really good in those. Like if you not the 50 Shades movies, but like any other movie she's done that isn't those,
I will say,
she's great.
I wish she was on the movie Role Play because I think she would have been way better than Kely Cuoco.
I agree.
Just because I think she would, because Kely Cuoco literally looked like she just bored.
Yeah. No, I don't care. I don't care about that.
Yeah, I remember that. It's not really a big deal to me. She can dance if she wants.
Yeah.
She's an adult. She can do what she wants.
Yeah.
And dancing is dancing. Everyone does their thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think we're gonna wrap this up soon if we don't get any more questions. Favorite new artist. I mean, it just started, but I mean, Renee Rapp's pretty hot right now, so
yeah, Renee Rapp's the big one. Yeah, Renee Rapp. Who else? Let's see. Who else was big last year? I mean Gracie Abrams, Phoebe
Was she
Bridgers.
new?
Yes and no. But I mean, I guess Renee Rapp is probably like the biggest one.
Yeah, it's gotta be Renee Rapp.
Yeah, we're watching the
Yes,
US.
we are. We are watching
Really
Traders US, and it is
We're gonna be
fantastic so far.
We're gonna be doing the podcast for episode 4 tomorrow. The UK we have not watched yet.
Well, who's Tyler?
Tate McRae?
Who?
If Tate McRae is the girl from TikTok.
Oh. Who's Tyler? Oh, South African singer and songwriter. Okay. That's cool.
Unless there's a different Tate McRae on TikTok on Traders. I don't know.
No, he's talking about artists.
Yeah.
He's not talking about reality stars.
Oh, I thought he was talking about Traders. Favorite reality show of 2023 and least fave.
Favorite is Survivor 45, I would say. And also Claim to Fame season 2.
I would say Claim to Fame season 2.
Just those two.
And Survivor was great. And Big Brother Reindeer Games.
Yeah, Reindeer Games as well.
Least favorite, Stars on Mars wasn't good.
Stars on Mars.
Oh shit! Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh, Claim to Fame was
fantastic.
It's
so good. It's so
love
good.
season 1, but season 2, even better.
We're just gonna skip over that one.
Oh my gosh.
The less said about him, the better. I'll just say that.
Yeah, we don't like him. He's just icky.
Yeah, honestly, it's crazy how Reindeer Games, they had all this I said this in our podcast, they had all this creativity, all this innovation. It's where was this in 25? We know you had access to, we know you can do it. Why aren't you doing it to the main show? This this really gives me hope that maybe they can actually do something different. Maybe they are actually starting to learn, but maybe not. Maybe Reindeer Games was just a fluke, but we'll see.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I would agree. What we saw was definitely better than at least the last couple seasons of Big Brother, for sure.
Oh yeah, it was just for 6 episodes, I'm honestly fine with that.
Episode 3.
Yeah, and honestly, smaller casts, I'm kind of fine with.
Yeah, just give us a 14-person cast, and it's much better. It'll be much better.
Or even just 10 or 12.
It'll be so short. Do I like spicy food? I mean, spicy food's okay. I don't like overly spicy stuff.
As long as it's not burning you and same with me. As long as it doesn't burn you, just have water.
You definitely like more spicy stuff than me, but
I know I do like a lot of spicy.
I'm more so just scared to eat spicy stuff because I don't know how it's gonna affect me. Is it gonna be spicy in the sense where it's a little bite, or am I about to destroy my fucking mouth and ass? I don't know. So
have a good night, Matt.
Have a good night, Matt. Always good to see you.
But yeah, spicy food is really good. It's just just have water with you. Because if it's really overly spicy, watch the trash.
Yes, I've been hearing about this show. I've heard it's really good.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, when I heard about it, and I thought, oh, this just looks like the Traders, but I've heard it's not. It's a little bit different than that. So we'll have to check that out soon. This is obviously a very, controversial topic and things like that. I think everyone was culpable during that in some way. It's even if you didn't think the gun was loaded, you should probably check just to see. That's something that definitely should have happened. But yeah, it's a very problematic situation all around. And I think that the only The only good thing about it is that people are probably going to be a lot more like vigilant about that stuff, but they should have been in the first place. Like that's the thing. Like yes, there's going to be more precautions now, but like that's something that is a no-brainer. Like even if you don't think the gun is loaded, you still need to check for something like that because because you don't know if it's shooting a blank or if it's shooting an actual bullet. Like that's, that's just a no-brainer. Like with any shooting and things like that. So yeah. Favorite sketch comedy show that isn't SNL. Okay, I actually do have an answer for this. It's I haven't seen the most recent seasons, but I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson is so good. It's very fun. It's very original. He has a really fun style of comedy. I would probably say that one. Also, Key and Peele. I loved Key and Peele back in the day.
I mean, back in the day, I loved Amanda Show.
Yes.
I haven't seen a ton, but I definitely need to watch the ones that you mentioned. And like obviously, even though it was just on Disney Channel, but like Sunday with a Chance, So Random was just not great though.
So Random was bad.
But yeah, and then obviously SNL's a classic.
The only good part of So Random was the guy who's like, "You're not gonna believe this." I thought that was the only good part of So Random. Was that guy?
Also, do you like the movie Boogie Nights?
Oh, I fucking love Boogie Nights. And mostly anything Paul Thomas Anderson, I'm a really big fan of. But yeah, Boogie Nights is fantastic. It's a great look at like not just the porn industry, but like also just like fame in general and like the negative effects it can have on you and how it can look very enticing at one point, but then it can just like completely destroy your life. Yeah, Boogie Nights is phenomenal. I love that movie a lot.
I need to see it.
Haven't seen in a while, but I mean, any PTA is probably going to be really good. So yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen any Paul Thomas Anderson, change that because he's literally one of the best. He has that movie. I don't know when that movie's coming out, but that movie he's doing with Leonardo DiCaprio, I am very much looking forward to. It looks like it's going to be very different for him. I don't know what exactly it's going to be, but I am very excited. I like that it's kind of like sworn in secrecy and we don't know much about it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Paul Thomas Anderson, just one of the best, generally one of the best.
I just looked at the cast and damn, that's Boogie Nights is a good cast.
It's a very good cast. But yeah, Boogie Nights, Magnolia, Punch Drunk Love, There Will Be Blood, Licorice Pizza, Phantom Thread, like just great films after great film. I haven't seen Inherent Vice or The Master or Hard Eights, but other than that, I've seen basically all of his movies. So yeah. All right. Well, I think we're probably going to just go ahead and end it there. I don't know if we're going to be getting any more questions.
Also, it's 3 hours.
Yeah, it is 3 hours. But I think for now we're just gonna wrap it up here. Yeah, this was fun. I definitely do enjoy doing this. I'm gonna try to do these a little bit more because I always enjoy getting to just kind of like come on here and just talk to you guys for a bit about whatever is on my mind. Maybe gives me a chance to kind of answer some questions that maybe I get to dive into a little bit on my videos, but like I get to go in a little bit more in depth on here because I have the time. So that's something I always enjoy doing. And then of course, always love having Aly here as well. Great to have her on my channel, but of course, if you're watching the podcast one as well, great to, always look forward to our stuff on there. I mean, we can plug what we're doing real quick on that channel if you're watching the podcast version.
Right. Right now it's mainly just the Traders US. But we're also going to be probably going to try and catch up on the Trust soon and do a season review of that.
And don't forget the greatest show of all time, Deal or No Deal Island. It's going to be amazing.
Oh yeah,
in 2 weeks.
So exciting. And then of course, Big Brother Canada, Survivor, and then like all the other shows we need to catch up on, like The Circle, The Mole, etc. Buddy Games.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now it's mainly just the Traders at the moment.
Yeah. But we do, of course, want to once again remind you that we will be live again tomorrow, hopefully at 8 a.m. if we do wake up for the Oscar nominations reactions. Should be very fun to see.
Oh yeah.
What ends up winning, what ends up getting nominated, what gets snubbed. This is a fun thing to predict. What's going to be your biggest shock? What's going to be your biggest shock if it doesn't get nominated?
Oh, me?
Yeah, what's gonna be the most shocking
Ooh.
thing for you if it doesn't get nominated?
Oh god, let me go back to the app that hmm. The biggest shock? Oh god, if the one that biggest shock that was gonna not get nominated is probably like maybe like past lives.
Yeah, definitely. For me, I would say the thing that would shock me the most is if Emma Stone somehow got snubbed. I would like freak out if
Yeah.
that happened.
I obviously haven't seen the movie, but from what I've obviously heard, like that would be a snub if she's like snubbed.
Yeah. Now, what is a snub that I'm predicting that I think could very well happen? I don't know if Leo gets nominated for Killers of the Flower Moon. I really don't. I think there's other people who have more potential. I think Coleman Domingo could get in there. I think now, I think Andrew Scott has more of a chance. I think Leo is going to be snubbed for that movie, but we'll have to see. And then
Yeah,
I think for actress,
we'll see.
I think we're gonna see probably Greta Lee tomorrow. I don't think we're seeing Margot Robbie, but we'll have to see. So
Yeah, we shall see.
yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Really appreciate all of your questions. Shout out, one more time to Terrell Bellinger, Matt Hunt,
Yes,
Coniston 2313,
Mike,
Grace for a little bit.
Grace, Mike, Matt.
Yes, Janaea, Josh, like just very happy to have all of your questions. Also, cartoonish, Claude was here for a bit,
Thank you guys so
so I
much.
appreciate that. So yeah, just thank you guys for being here. This was definitely a lot of fun. We will try to do this more often, like I said. That's for
We
this
should try and
video.
do another one in like 6 months or something.
Yeah, probably like the summer at some point. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, couples who podcast together stay together, and we will see you guys later.
Bye guys. Have a great night.